devices you have come to love. And with plans starting at $9.99, a plan for every budget. Best of all, EOS Mobile at eoscell.com gives 5% of each bill to conservative causes and candidates. If you're stuck in a contract, they'll buy you out. If you want your phone bill to support conservative candidates, the choice is clear. eoscell.com. Learn more now at eoscell.com. eoscell.com. Same phones, same service, better causes. eoscell.com. eoscell.com.
There are two types of water heaters, thankless and tankless. The thankless kind work like this.
Mom, I'm throwing in a load of laundry.
Whoa, hold off on that. I'm hopping in the shower.
Is this a good time to turn on the dishwasher?
This is not a good time to turn on the dishwasher.
Rinnai's tankless water heaters, on the other hand, work this way.
I'm throwing in a load of laundry.
No problem. I'm hopping in the shower.
Rinnai's innovative tankless water heaters provide an endless supply of hot water whenever you need it, even for multiple tasks at the same time. Plus, they feature a space-saving design and ultra-efficient performance for monthly energy savings. So enjoy hot water that's always ready when you are.
Is this a good time to turn on the dishwasher?
Go for it.
And never discourage your children from washing dishes again. Rinnai tankless water heaters, the hot way to heat water. Learn more about Rinnai's industry-leading products at www.rinnai.us. That's RINNAI.us.
Watching the news, you may wonder, what would I do if something happened at my office, church, or school? In today's society, being prepared could be the difference that saves your life. That's why you're invited to the Danger Zone 2, an active shooter seminar, Thursday, September 3rd at the Eisman Center in Richardson from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. This seminar is your opportunity to gain valuable insight on what to do in dangerous real-life scenarios. This seminar will explore many of the most recognized suggestions for dealing with an active shooter situation. It's perfect for church leaders, school teachers, administrators, officials, parents, anyone who's ready to learn and be prepared for the unexpected. The Danger Zone 2, Thursday, September 3rd at the Eisman Center, featuring presentations from FBI Dallas, private sector experts, and more. For info and to purchase your tickets now, visit 660amtheanswer.com and click on the link. A presentation of the FBI Dallas Citizens Academy Alumni Association, a 501c3 nonprofit corporation, not part of the FBI.
Do you have low back or neck pain? Does it run down your arms or your legs? Do you have a bulging or herniated disc degeneration, or spinal arthritis? Even worse, have you been told you need back surgery or injections? If you answered yes, then please listen to what I have to say. My name is Dr. Chad Glines, DC, at Genesis Back and Neck, and I use the most advanced spinal decompression system available, the DRX 9000, to correct back problems just like yours. We don't use addictive drugs, and we don't use any type of dangerous invasive surgery for these problems. Spinal decompression is safe, FDA cleared, and it's not painful, and has about an 86% success rate. We accept most insurances, and your first visit will be at no charge. You will sit down and visit with me personally until I've answered all of your questions. And if you're a candidate for decompression, you can try out the treatment all at no charge to you. So if you're ready to not hurt anymore and don't want to have surgery, call me at 817-328-1922. That's 817-328-1922, or online at mylowback.com.
Welcome to Staples.
Hi, Staples guy. I need to get my kids ready for back to school.
Well, Staples has everything they need at low prices, like comp books for just 50 cents, so they'll be 110% ready.
Wait, that's 10% more ready than totally ready.
Yep.
That extra 10% evens it all out.
Sorry?
Well, I'm usually 10 minutes late getting them to school, so.
That doesn't even it out.
Yeah, sure it does.
Make low prices happen. Make 110% ready happen. Staples, make more happen. Right now, one subject notebooks are just 17 cents each.
Offer valid in store only while supplies last. Limit 30 per customer, ends 9/12/15.
Learn a little something at the start of your day. The Mark Davis Show. Mornings 7 to 10 on 660 AM. The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. The hue and cry across the land. We've got to do something about our gun laws. Well, okay. What? Let's actually come up with some suggestions. Why are we doing this? Well, because, people are getting shot all over the place. I mean, it's everywhere you turn around. There are laws on the books. Somebody said we need to enforce the laws. Well, we are. Federal law prevents the sale of weapons to people who have been convicted of a felony, have a warrant out for their arrest, have used drugs within the last year, were committed involuntarily to a mental institution, ruled mentally incompetent by a judge, or living in the U.S. illegally, have domestic-related restraining orders against them, or have a misdemeanor domestic violence conviction. People who were dishonorably discharged from the military or who have renounced their U.S. citizenship are also barred from buying a gun. We had a suggestion last hour, only people in authority should have weapons. Well, one of the reasons we're having this debate is because 385 fatal shootings by police have happened. Almost 20% of those were carried out by people who were unarmed. I mean, they were killed. The people that were killed were unarmed or were carrying a toy gun. So currently, authorities are killing about 40 of us every month. How many of those would be happening if only the authorities had guns? Probably, well, I don't know, 10, 15, the first few years. How many people did ISIS kill today? They're the only people that have guns in that society. Oh, that's right. Boko Haram, they're an authority where they killed 58. That was over the weekend? Yeah, that's, what is that, almost 30 a day? Yeah. So let's go ahead and just scratch the only people in authority should have weapons, because I don't think that works. Let's just keep working, though. Tony in Euless, Texas, thanks for joining us. Welcome to the Wells Report. Hi.
Hey, Jon-David, how you doing?
Good. I'm fine.
Well, given the failure of the let's limit everybody to have guns, how about instead we say, in view of the open carry, everybody must carry a gun, open carry.
You know, there was a Georgia city that forced everyone to own a gun. And I think the crime rate went down to point something. And as far as I know, it stayed there. That's actually, I think, on the right track, believe it or not. Let me get to Steve in Rosser, Texas. Steve, give us an example of a way to improve our gun laws.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure if this would improve anything at all, but it's a tough situation.
Sure.
I can't say whether I would be or not be for this, but with serial numbers on bullets, I heard of a guy that came up with a way to do that some years ago, and it would just basically help solve the crime. I don't know if it would actually have any control.
Well, actually, Steve, the way that works is that they knew that they had the murder weapon within a couple of hours after the killing of the deputy in Houston because of ballistics. If you have the weapon and the weapon has some sort of way of touching off a primer, or if you have the bullet and the weapon, you can determine whether that weapon fired that bullet. You don't need serial numbers. Good try. Let's keep going. Dan in Dallas, welcome to the Wells Report. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. A long time I haven't been on the air. Good to hear from you. So
good to have you on.
Yeah. I've been really thinking about it, and I just think that maybe what would be a good idea, just like you have all kinds of permits that are required to have before you get a license, and you have to have a certain number of hours completed before you can go for your final exam to get your license. I think the same law should be applied to guns. For example, you apply for a gun, you get a permit, then you have to take a certain number of hours in a fire range where an instructor will actually teach you how to use that gun so you don't kill yourself or others, know how to properly handle the gun. And after you've completed that, he gives you a small test where you have to demonstrate.
So basically what you're saying,
use that gun, and
basically what you're saying, hang on a second, Dan. Basically what you're saying is that everybody should get a CHL because that's what they do in a CHL. Is that right? basically.
Well, if that's what they do in the CHL, then I would say that, but a little bit less than that. So,
well, I mean, if it's less than that, I mean, well, you got a point there because people who have CHLs, they commit like 0.0001% of crimes with guns. I mean, they're not even there. So let's see. Get a license. Okay, wait a minute. Dan, I got to ask you a question. Okay, now if you jump through all the hoops and everything like that, by the way, if I just hung up on you, call back. If you jump through the hoops like that, hello, Dan, if you jump through all the hoops and so on and so forth, would the authority have to give you a license? They'd be forced to by law, right? If you successfully completed all the training and shooting and so on and so forth, they'd have to give you a weapon, right?
I mean, that would be in addition to what we have now. So, I mean, if you don't fit the criteria now, you wouldn't be eligible.
Right, I got it. Okay. You know, because there are a lot of people that need a weapon, say, for example, in Southern California and so on and so forth. And even though they believe they should have a weapon, and apparently several of them get killed every year, the sheriff can decide whether or not that is an actual need or not. That's the difference between must issue or may issue. So it's that, you know, it gets back to authority. And there's a problem with authority here that I want to discuss with you, you know, as soon as we get a chance. Because authority, they don't really have a very good track record these days, do they? When it comes to making reasonable decisions. Let me get to Ernie in Fort Worth, Texas. Ernie, what do you think they should do to improve the gun safety in America?
Well, John, first, thank you for taking my call. How are you this evening?
I'm good.
This the biggest problem I see was back in the late 70s, early 80s, when they started phasing out all of the in-house mental facilities, like Wichita Falls, Rusk, all these other places. And they started turning all the mentally unstable back out into society without
well, why did they do that?
money.
Well, no, they actually did it because most doctors said that that these people were okay to be out on the street. They've been trying to do it with John Hinckley for years now.
Right. Well, apparently they're not, because you can go down any street corner, any area, and see hundreds of
yeah, but not all of them are carrying weapons.
No, they're not all carrying, but the ones that, like the Houston one in Virginia the other day, they were, if they had some kind of mental type evaluation, that might have delayed them.
Who would do the who would do the evaluation?
They would have to go through the hospital, go have the psychologist, psychiatrist.
So before anybody could get a weapon, they'd have to see a psychologist first?
Well, no. This would be, say, for instance, I'm doing something that's not quote normal in society. I'm put in for my family calls and says he's not acting right.
So wait a minute. So let me see if I get this straight. So your family should call the police and tell you what.
Well, no, go through the courts or call the police.
Well, that's already in place. You see, that's already in place. You know, if you were committed involuntarily to a mental institution or ruled mentally incompetent by a judge. So that's already there. We're trying to improve them. So let's see. Let me see if I get this. What about let me ask you something. Ernie, you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, let me ask you this. How about this? How about if say for example somebody who's a disgruntled employee, should the HR director be able to report that to the sheriff or the police or the FBI?
not in all cases. There's going to be instances where there are going to be disgruntled employees. It just depends on the person's his demeanor up until that point, or.
Well, but hang on a second. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this guy who just lost his daughter. He said that there needs to be more people that overlook people's mentality, their mental condition. Okay, so what do we know about the guy who killed those two police, or excuse me, I'm sorry, the two journalists, Allison Parker and Adam Ward? We knew that he was, let's see, he was black, and obviously that can't be a disqualifier. He was gay, and obviously that can't be a disqualifier. He was a disgruntled employee. That could be a disqualifier, but then again, who would determine who the disgruntled employee was? And not only that, but how long would somebody have to carry around being a disgruntled employee? This guy was separated from the television station for 2.5 years. Further, he was ordered by the television station as a condition of employment to get psychiatric counseling. So I think that pretty much does in the mental institution thing. Unless, of course, you want politicians to determine who's mentally astute and who isn't. Further, what if you happen to go to a psychologist that doesn't believe in that people should have guns? According to Obamacare, doctors should ask everyone if they even own a weapon. How do you answer that question? I have the right to remain silent, so I remain silent. At least I have the right to remain silent now. So when you start getting all down to this, trying to improve these gun laws, how can you improve these gun laws? I really want to know. 866-660-5759, 866-660-5759. How do you improve our gun laws? Still waiting for a suggestion that works. Next on the Wells Report.
Are you ready to take your education to the next level? Arizona State University now offers over 90 top-tier degree programs, 100% online. With ASU's highly ranked online programs, you'll earn the same degree as our on-campus students, with the ability to learn wherever you want, whenever you want. Same world-renowned faculty, same leading education, same global recognition from one of the top universities in the world. Call 1-800-505-8965. That's 1-800-505-8965.
I'm Jamie from Sherman Oaks, and I just graduated with my degree from Arizona State University. I chose ASU because I received the quality education I deserve in the major I wanted, all from my home.
Jamie's not the only one to earn a degree from ASU. There are over 90 degree programs offered 100% online from one of the top universities. Now's the time to learn more about earning your degree online from Arizona State University. Call 1-800-505-8965. That's 1-800-505-8965.
Did you know a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, you might not sleep so well. But now, SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. It kills 99.9% of all CPAP germs, and it's completely hands-free. For a limited time, you can try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. Just call 1-800-400-5241.
SoClean changed the CPAP experience for the better. My health has improved. It's simple to use, and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean destroys CPAP bacteria, viruses, and germs with no hassle. Never have to clean your machine by hand again. There's no water, chemicals, or disassembly. Just pop in your mask, close the lid, and presto, your CPAP system is clean and fresh in minutes. Call SoClean.com to try it risk-free at home for 30 days. This is a limited time offer only available by calling 1-800-400-5241. That's 1-800-400-5241.
Hey, does the idea of having your home sold on time without hassle and for top dollar, does that seem unrealistic to you? Well, it doesn't have to. Hey, Dallas, it's your friend Sean Hannity with your solution and the one real estate agent to sell your home guaranteed. That's Josh DeShong of Josh DeShong Real Estate at Keller Williams. On average, Josh sells a home every 32 hours and averages hundreds of local, national, and international buyers every single week. Now, that means your home sells on time at a price that you agreed to, guaranteed, or Josh will buy it. He spends 200 times more money on marketing than the average agent. Real estate mogul and Shark Tank star Barbara Corcoran only recommends Josh in DFW. And if I lived in Dallas and needed my home sold, guess what? I'd call Josh DeShong, and you should too. Call Josh now at 972-325-6644 or go online at getsold.net. That's 972-325-6644 or getsold.net.
Better service done right, on time, on target. Aero Electric.
Having electrical needs or problems in your home or office? Then look no further than Aero Electric. Aero Electric is your spot-on choice to take care of all of your home or office electrical needs. Big or small, Aero Electric is on point with their award-winning services and 100% satisfaction guarantee. Go to aeroelectric.net today to schedule your appointment. That's aeroelectric.net. We know that your family's safety means everything to you, and with today's changing technology, peace of mind does not come easy. That's why Aero Electric includes a free safety evaluation of your home with their free service call to better protect you and your family. Whatever your electrical needs, from safety concerns or lighting to electrical repairs and installation, there's only one company that's on time, on target: Aero Electric. Check out all of their services at aeroelectric.net. That's aeroelectric.net.
Better service done right, on time, on target. Aero Electric.
Let's make an offer on that Aspen Street house.
That one doesn't have a home warranty.
Is that a problem?
Not if you like paying through the nose on home system breakdowns.
Oh, what do you mean?
Like if the air conditioner quits, want to pay for a new one? Do you know how to fix the water heater, the plumbing?
Got it. Let's only look at places with home warranties.
A home warranty from American Home Shield protects homeowners against unexpected covered repairs and breakdowns of major home systems and appliances. Who would want to move into a new home without one? Just ask your local real estate professional, or for complimentary helpful information about a home warranty from American Home Shield, call now at 1-800-720-6695. Service requests are subject to a fee for each trade call. Some exclusions and limitations apply. An American Home Shield home warranty instantly gives home buyers confidence in their purchase. For complimentary helpful information, including terms, rates, and coverage, call 1-800-720-6695. 1-800-720-6695.
Saying I don't know is no longer acceptable. This is 660 AM, The Answer. Isn't thinking so much more fun than getting yelled at? The Wells Report on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Got about 5 more minutes of this. Want to figure out how we can improve our gun laws. Seriously, improve them. Okay? 866-660-5759. Let me get to Brad in Dallas. What do you think, Brad?
Yeah, listen, what we have here, we've got a number of historic facts. We used to bar anybody from voting if they were habitual drunk or had what they called at that time a shadowed mind.
Okay, so but hang on a second, Brad, stop, Brad, stop. We got to move through these really quick, okay? So let me just.
People knew their neighbors back then.
Okay, so you should say. So what you're saying is that our neighbors should have a vote as to whether or not we have a gun.
That's right.
Okay. What if your neighbors hate guns?
Well, I'll tell you what. Then you move away from that group of neighbors.
Okay, so you just leave. So in other words, if your neighbors don't believe in guns and they call the sheriff and say Brad is not mentally balanced, that should hold weight with the sheriff. And if you don't like it, you should move. Okay. I don't know, Brad. I don't think that works. Let me get to Charles in Denton. Hi.
Yeah, that idea is not going to work at all. But to put skin in the game and to get really serious about these kind of serious crimes, I'm talking about they're found out, okay, they lose 1/3 of their index finger on their dominant hand. That is their trigger finger.
Okay, so public maiming or actually societal maiming of someone who violates gun law. Okay, I don't think that's going to work either. Let me get to Danny in Dallas. Hello.
JD, don't try to improve gun laws because you can't control the way people think.
Right. But wait, there's more. You see, if we kept doing this, we could probably come up with a couple of ideas. Someone said we should get a license. Well, the Second Amendment of the Constitution says that all of us can carry weapons. All of us. It's been adjudicated time and time and time again. All of us can carry. Driving, on the other hand, like getting a driver's license, supposedly is some sort of privilege. All you have to do to see what happens to societal privileges is to see what happens when you get pulled over by a police officer who wants to look through your golf bag to see if you have any drugs in it. You can't stop him. The other day, a couple of women were stopped and they were body searched, cavity searched on the side of the road. Even if there were good suggestions, even if there were, who's going to enact them? The same people that can't properly regulate tobacco? It's all but illegal to smoke in public. It's totally legal. It's a legal substance. You can buy cigarettes at age 21 just like a gun. More people die of tobacco every year than gunshot wounds by a long shot. So why isn't tobacco illegal? Speaking of that, what about vapor cigarettes? They're having to suffer under the same regulation as cigarettes. We know why cigarettes are regulated, because they're not good for you. Do we have any of that information on vapor cigarettes? No, we don't. The people that we would entrust with our gun-making law can't determine what marriage is. There's more. It's next. This is the Wells Report.
Attention men, are you tired of being tired all the time, lacking energy? Are you tired of not being able to lose the excess weight you've gained? In many cases, it's caused by low T or a decrease in testosterone levels that our body produces. The good news is that advances in medical treatments can now reverse these symptoms. The doctors at National Vitality Centers have helped thousands of men feel years younger, have more energy, and perform better at work, at the health club, and yeah, even in the bedroom. National Vitality is a men's health clinic that is comprised of professionals that have years of experience and expertise treating personal issues that men will face. Call National Vitality Center for a confidential visit and a $99 consultation that will include a comprehensive hormone panel and examination through the month of August. Call 214-301-0994. That's 214-301-0994. Or find us at nationalvitality.com. You can again feel like you did 20 years ago.
This is Larston Crockett, and I want to introduce you to GenoStem. This product has changed the supplement world forever. Are you tired of having a collection of synthetic vitamins that could be toxic with side effects? GenoStem is in a category all its own. It has 18 amino acids and 21 naturally occurring growth factors. I take GenoStem, and I've experienced a loss of body fat, increased lean muscle mass. I have more energy throughout the day, sleep better at night, and I'm a better man in the boardroom, the bedroom, and the gym. I take GenoStem, and I believe you should too. GenoStem has changed the lives of thousands of people. Shouldn't you be one? If you're an athlete, weekend warrior, or just a regular man or woman who wants to improve your quality of life, learn more and place your order at my website, genostem.com. Enter code USA at checkout to save 10%. Don't take my word for it. Try it and be amazed. Order today at genostem.com. That's genostim.com. Get 10% off and 100% money back guarantee to change your life. You want the golden key for your health? It's at genostim.com.
Hi, I'm John Hill, founder of the Good Contractors List, and this is the Good Contractors List Word of the Month. What is self-esteem? We all want to feel good about ourselves and think that we're good people. But the truth is, we're not good. Not one of us. The nature we're born with is selfish, rebellious, and we are inherently evil. You can't try hard enough to overcome the old nature. And the more you focus on trying to fix what you can't fix, the more you're going to get discouraged. If you've truly given your life to Jesus, then you need to stop trying to improve your self-esteem. Jesus didn't give his life so you could feel good about yourself. He suffered the cross so that he could make you a new creature, free from yourself. Put your esteem in Jesus and forget about yourself. If he is in control, then you'll end up in places yourself would never take you. I'm John Hill, founder of the Good Contractors List.
The word of the month has been brought to you by thegoodcontractorslist.com.
Once upon a time, a girl named Goldilocks was searching for the perfect mattress. One was too hard. Ouch. One was too soft. Ugh. But one was just right. Then, when she tried to sleep, it squeaked, it rattled, it moved. It was the old metal bed frame, and it was unbearable.
It's time to get the Embrace bed frame by Knickerbocker. Why would you spend thousands of dollars on a quality mattress and then put it on an ugly, noisy metal frame that you have to hide with a dust ruffle? Get the Embrace bed frame by Knickerbocker. It will eliminate noise, motion transfer, and protect your mattress from sagging. Knickerbocker foundations are made in the USA and come with a limited lifetime warranty. They're available in 5 colors, look beautiful, and require no tools for assembly. It's time for a better bed frame from Knickerbocker.
Finally, Goldilocks got smart and got a Knickerbocker Embrace bed frame, and it was just right.
Visit your local furniture or mattress store and ask for the Embrace bed frame by Knickerbocker.
Hi, I'm Jon-David Wells here for my good friend Walt Parker at InvestingMakesMeSick.com. You've been advertising for years, Walt, but there are still people who are not familiar with InvestingMakesMeSick.com. Tell us about that.
If you're new to the DFW area and looking for investment services to help you understand your investments, as well as help you learn more about choices other than stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and annuities, give us a call. Remember, we do offer our We Come to You service.
If you are not new to DFW and you've been listening to Walt for years, don't wait any longer. It's time to call.
Don't settle for limited investment choices. You owe it to yourself to understand your investment choices.
Walt can help you understand all your options. Call him today, 972-463-3833, or log on to investingmakesmesick.com.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Titan Securities. Member of FINRA SIPCI. InvestingMakesMeSick.com and Titan Securities are not affiliated. Investment subject to individual investor suitability and risk tolerance. Investments involve a high degree of risk and may be considered speculative and may result in the entire loss of the amount invested. May also incur substantial fees and expenses which are borne by the investor.
660 AM. 660 AM. The Answer. 660 AM. TheAnswer.com. Now, the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. There are a lot of people who decry the fact that there is gun violence in the United States. They would decry it less if our leaders who are angling for more gun control would tell more truth, but they don't. Most of the gun violence in the United States of America is perpetrated on people by themselves. A huge lion's share of gun violence that's being called gun violence are suicides using firearms. 2/3. The number of people that are killed, murdered, as we've seen with this horrifying story of this deputy sheriff in Houston, are thankfully relatively rare. We cannot trust our authority to come up with reasonable gun laws beyond the ones we already have. Don't believe me? Don't believe me? Okay. Let me give you an example. I gave you several. Currently, the judicial branch of our government cannot accurately describe marriage. Neither can the mainstream media. These same courts have determined that illegal aliens indeed do have a right to own guns, even though federal law specifically says no, U.S. Code Number 18, U.S. Code, Section 922. It is a crime for an illegal alien to have a gun. And yet, on August 20th, 2015, Chief Judge Diane Wood, a liberal appointee of Bill Clinton, who was on Barack Obama's short list for the Supreme Court, wrote for a 3-judge panel of the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Seventh Circuit that the panel could see no principled way to carve out the Second Amendment and say that illegal aliens are excluded. No other country in the world has a problem with this, by the way, but somehow Chief Diane Wood can look at the U.S. Code and not see that it is plainly illegal for an illegal alien to possess a gun. These would be the people that would rule on any new gun law. The political process of the United States is so inured with special interest politics, we can't build freeways in LA because of the snail darter. The stupidity of the political process makes it impossible for us to do anything having anything to do with any modification of the Constitution of the United States. Indeed, any place that has not received a dynamic, systemic, brilliant, and instant pushback on any attack is currently attacked successfully. Political correctness rules the world, certainly the United States, and that is in direct conflict with the First Amendment of the Constitution. And yet, I can't say the things that sometimes I'm called to say on this broadcast. This day, Donald Trump is being criticized for using some pidgin English as a way to describe what Orientals would say in a business negotiation because of political correctness. It's not the mainstream media's determination. It's not their job to determine whether Donald Trump is a good or bad guy based on the fact that he would impersonate or seek to mimic the vocal vagaries of another person who speaks another language as a native tongue. But they try. That's the First Amendment. The Second Amendment, every time somebody comes up with some sort of way to modify the Second Amendment, the NRA jumps in and says, no, you don't. And every single day, the NRA, just as I reported earlier this evening, takes huge abuse from people who truly and honestly want to be shot by someone in authority because they should be the only people that have guns. No, they shouldn't. 20 million dead Russians would disagree. 6 million dead Jews would disagree. God knows how many dead people in China. They still don't know how many people lost their lives in the Cultural Revolution. In Washington, D.C., a city with the most gun law, the most restrictive gun law so restrictive that even the D.C. Court of Appeals finds it unconstitutional, every single police officer that stands a beat is carrying an AR-15. Every single one. Why? There are no guns in the city, correct? The people who make our laws are not capable of making laws that intersect with the Constitution in any way, shape, or form. You can be stopped on your way to pursue happiness by someone who's trying to find out whether or not you're drunk in the cockpit of your car. First of all, it's none of his damn business whether you're drunk in the cockpit of your car. If you hit somebody and you're drunk, that comes after. After you hit someone, not before. But Jon-David, if we can find out who's drunk, if it saves one more life, just one life, it's worth it. No, it's not. If you get in your car and believe for a moment that the person within close proximity isn't about to run over you and kill you, the person in close proximity is about to run over you and kill you. Driving is dangerous just because you're forced to wear your seatbelt and now forced to pay $30,000 or $40,000 for a car that has all manner of safety equipment in it, which, by the way, is unconstitutional, is a direct reminder that you don't have the freedoms that you think you should have when you get into your car. The Constitution, the Bill of Rights, has no place in your car. Why? Because driving is a privilege, not a right. Poppycock. Normally at this point, I would say that we need to sharpen that up, but once again, the bozos who make our laws are not capable of doing something that makes sense. Like, for example, say, the Bill of Rights exists in your car, because if it did, police officers wouldn't be able to stop you and, say, for example, dump the contents of your cell phone into the public record without your permission, which is a clear violation of the Fourth Amendment. And the right that you have to be secure in your papers. Well, they're not paper. It doesn't make any difference. It is written language. Just because it's not existent on paper doesn't mean that it isn't your papers. What about the Fifth Amendment? You know, the one that says you can't testify against yourself. Well, once again, we have to get back into the cockpit of your car. You get stopped at one of these drunk driving checkpoints. They can take you from your car. And they can take your blood. What does secure in your persons mean, if not they can't take your blood? We're letting them build a case even though you haven't done anything. Ask yourself this question. What if you are supposedly drunk, but you haven't hit anybody? Have you committed a crime? Well, yeah. Well, you see, this is where the problem comes when it gets to telling the truth. Most people are not drunk to the point of impairment at 0.08. When we started this stupidity, being drunk was 0.15. And oh, by the way, what if you're actually found guilty of driving at 0.08? What happens to you? Nothing. Nothing at all. In my world, if drunk driving is that bad a situation and you're actually found to be drunk driving in a legal way that's not unconstitutional, then you should lose your driver's license for 5 years. Well, now, wait a minute, but we're not sure that people are drunk at 0.08. Exactly, we're not, are we? But politics demands that you're supposed to be drunk at 0.08. Why? So that they can more easily defeat the Constitution of the United States and take your rights away from you because you don't immediately push back. You don't immediately push back when your rights are violated. That's why the NSA knows everything that you've said for the last 10 years. They know everything that you've written on email for the last 10 years. Every text, everything. It's all there. Did they have a warrant? No. Why did we do that? Well, because the evil jihadists might be planning an attack. Because they have all of my phone records? Does that keep the jihadis from planning an attack? No. How many jihadis have been arrested because of this information? Less than 20. Less than 20. There are 307 million people in America. The people who make our laws in this nation right now cannot determine if there's any difference whatsoever between someone who lives in the United States as a United States citizen and somebody who just crashed the gate and lives here illegally. They cannot determine the difference between these two groups of people. Those are not the people that get to do anything having to do with the Constitution of the United States. These are not anybody that get to determine any law that modifies an unalienable right in the Bill of Rights. And I know I am a pain in the keister when it comes to topics like this. My God, I've been talking about this for an hour and a half even. Why? Because for the sake of anecdotal evidence, the greatest of which is that American violent crime rates are the lowest they've ever been. We are willing to disrupt, abridge, mangle, maim, spindle, fold, and mutilate the rights that were given to us by people who in many cases died so that we would have the privilege. And I'm not letting them go on my watch. I am sorry that this man's daughter was killed by one of her former co-workers. I'm truly sorry about that. But why was she out there where she could get shot and killed by anybody who happened to be walking down the street? Why was it possible for her to get killed? Why? I'll tell you why. Because her news director is a liberal nincompoop who didn't believe that somebody with a gun should be watching over her camera crew and her reporter just in time for both of them to get killed. That's why. And if you're a news director and you're listening to this broadcast and you don't have somebody out there with a gun protecting your reporters, I'm about to light you up, Buster. This is the Wells Report.
Sean Hannity thinks Hillary Clinton has more to worry about than her campaign.
If they find those lost 33,000 emails, the ones she's deleted, you're going to not only find classified information, the whole Benghazi issue is going to be brought to an entire new level. And instead of worrying about being elected president, her biggest fear is going to be how much time she may have to spend in jail.
The Sean Hannity Show, afternoons at 2, right before Michael Medved at 5 on 660 AM. The Answer.
Dennis Gibbs, the boat guy, here with the Big Boat and Outdoor Show. It's boating time, folks, so don't forget to tune in to the only boating talk show on 660 AM The Answer every Saturday evening from 6 to 7 p.m. Brought to you by BoatSelect.com, the site with thousands of boats for sale, or list your boat for free on BoatSelect.com. I know you have questions about your boat or one you're buying. Email those questions to me at BigBoatShow@yahoo.com. Okay, you're on. We're here live from Niagara Falls for this year's Spring Festival. Wait, what?
That'll do it.
Great job, Will. You two, what are you doing?
Sorry, Canada. You had a leak.
Look, it's Will Nell and Fred Thompson from American Leak Detection.
American Leak Detection.
Guys, come over here. Come here. All right. Here with me now are the guys with American Leak Detection. Please explain yourselves.
Well, at American Leak Detection, we have been detecting and repairing hidden leaks in your home for more than 25 years, big or small.
And all without damaging your home. We can even repair leaks in your swimming pools. Hey, looks like DFW needs us. Just go to AmericanLeakDetection.com to schedule us to come out. That's AmericanLeakDetection.com.
Honey, I'm really worried about our retirement funds.
Oh, me too. We lost so much value in the recession in the stock market. I'm worried we won't have enough to retire.
Jim next door told me that he had set up a new kind of IRA with the Gold Silver Group. He said how simple and safe it was. It's a private storage IRA, and we could have
Jon-David,
real gold and silver in our hands.
Really? You mean we can actually see it and touch it?
Absolutely. Jim said we could have all the benefits of an IRA to help build our retirement income. Bottom line, we would own a real tangible asset, and we would have the security of knowing we're protected no matter what the economy does. What do you think?
I think we need to find out how to get our own private storage IRA. We need to call the Gold Silver Group right now.
Are you ready to protect your future? Call 800-296-7609 now to find out how easy and safe it is to set up a private storage IRA with Gold Silver Group and find out how you can qualify for up to $700 in free silver. All transactions are privately delivered and fully insured. Please call us now. 800-296-7609. 800-296-7609.
Have you put off seeing the dentist because you can't afford to go? Are big dental bills taking a big toll on your wallet? Would you like to have dental insurance but think it's too expensive? If you answered yes to any of these questions, call Physicians Mutual Insurance Company for a free information kit. See how you can help protect your teeth and your wallet for less than $1 a day. 1-800-944-0314. This is real dental insurance that can help cover over 300 procedures, all the ones you're most likely to need. Everything from cleanings and fillings to crowns and dentures. Your acceptance is guaranteed for one of these insurance policies, even if you're retired or on Medicare. You can see any dentist you choose and you'll never pay a deductible. Call in the next 10 minutes and we'll rush you a free information kit with all the details. 1-800-944-0314. That's 1-800-944-0314. 1-800-944-0314.
There are two types of water heaters, thankless and tankless. The thankless kind work like this.
Mom, I'm throwing in a load of laundry.
Whoa, hold off on that. I'm hopping in the shower.
Is this a good time to turn on the dishwasher?
This is not a good time to turn on the dishwasher.
Renai's tankless water heaters, on the other hand, work this way.
I'm throwing in a load of laundry.
No problem. I'm hopping in the shower.
Renai's innovative tankless water heaters provide an endless supply of hot water whenever you need it, even for multiple tasks at the same time. Plus, they feature a space-saving design and ultra-efficient performance for monthly energy savings. So enjoy hot water that's always ready when you are.
Is this a good time to turn on the dishwasher?
Go for it.
And never discourage your children from washing dishes again. Renai tankless water heaters, the hot way to heat water. Learn more about Renai's industry-leading products at www.renai.us. That's RINNAI.us.
660 AM, The Answer. 660 AM, TheAnswer.com. The Wells Report, must-hear radio on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Tonight, a DeKalb, Georgia County police officer, was shot. The shooting happened at the 1500 block of Boulder Woods Drive near Boulder Crest Road. The officers were responding to a burglary in progress. Unfortunately, the burglary was not actually at 1500 Boulder Woods Drive. It was someplace else. They broke into the house, killed the homeowner and his dog, shot the homeowner, killed the dog. Apparently the homeowner returned fire, shooting the officer in the leg. So that clearly, I think, ends the concern about the fact that only people in authority should have guns. Correct? You're listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759. The people who would seek to create more serious or more restrictive gun law are not reasonable people. Therefore, they are disqualified from doing anything reasonable. This is the Wells Report.
Better service done right, on time, on target. Arrow Electric.
Having electrical needs or problems in your home or office? Then look no further than Arrow Electric. Arrow Electric is your spot-on choice to take care of all of your home or office electrical needs. Big or small, Arrow Electric is on point with their award-winning services and 100% satisfaction guarantee. Go to arrowelectric.net today to schedule your appointment. That's arrowelectric.net. We know that your family safety means everything to you, and with today's changing technology, peace of mind does not come easy. That's why Arrow Electric includes a free safety evaluation of your home with their free service call to better protect you and your family. Whatever your electrical needs, from safety concerns or lighting to electrical repairs and installation, there's only one company that's on time, on target: Arrow Electric. Check out all of their services at arrowelectric.net. That's arrowelectric.net.
Better service done right, on time, on target. Arrow Electric.
Once upon a time, a girl named Goldilocks was searching for the perfect mattress. One was too hard. Ouch. One was too soft. Ugh. But one was just right. Then, when she tried to sleep, it squeaked, it rattled, it moved. It was the old metal bed frame, and it was unbearable.
It's time to get the Embrace bed frame by Knickerbocker. Why would you spend thousands of dollars on a quality mattress and then put it on an ugly, noisy metal frame that you have to hide with a dust ruffle? Get the Embrace bed frame by Knickerbocker. It will eliminate noise, motion transfer, and protect your mattress from sagging. Knickerbocker foundations are made in the USA and come with a limited lifetime warranty. They're available in 5 colors, look beautiful, and require no tools for assembly. It's time for a better bed frame from Knickerbocker.
Finally, Goldilocks got smart and got a Knickerbocker Embrace bed frame, and it was just right.
Visit your local furniture or mattress store and ask for the Embrace bed frame by Knickerbocker.
The 2015 Cupera features plush leather seating that will feel to your hemorrhoids like sitting on lava-hot knitting needles.
Not if you step up to relief with the power of 2 from Preparation H. First, use Preparation H medicated wipes to soothe as they clean. Then Preparation H maximum strength cream to relieve pain and burning.
Now sink into that rich upholstery. Luxurious.
Preparation H. Don't stand for hemorrhoids. Use as directed.
And try specially formulated medicated wipes for women.
This is 660 AM, The Answer. A service of Salem Media Group. On the NASDAQ as SALM, KSKY, Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. 660 AM, The Answer.
Fox News Radio, I'm Rich Dennison. The Texas deputy killed Friday was shot 15 times. Chief Deputy Tim Cannon tells Fox News Darren Goforth leaves behind 2 young children.
All of the sheriff's officers here, the deputies, on up to the supervision, hang with heavy hearts, knowing that this person's life was taken for an unjust cause.
Suspect Shannon Miles pleading not guilty to murder. President Obama in Alaska saying the science behind climate change is stark.
Proves that this once distant threat is now very much in the present.
The president says we have the means to avoid irreparable harm. A decision soon in Tom Brady's Deflategate suspension following a short hearing today.
Brady and NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell failing to reach a settlement on Brady's 4-game suspension for using underinflated game balls in the last AFC title game.
Fox News Radio's Gernal Scott. Fox News, we report, you decide.
660 AM, The Answer. Listen on iHeartRadio. Bill Bennett thinks you need to pick your friends carefully.
These 3 guys on the train, we have friends because they're useful, they're pleasurable, they're helpful. We also have friends because they encourage us to excellence. These guys encouraged each other to the right thing. And, there was a bond among them. And when the one guy said, go get him, Spencer, he was right behind him. God bless these guys.
Bill Bennett's Morning in America. Weekday mornings at 5, right before the Mark Davis Show at 7 on 660 AM. The Answer.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. Today, let's talk about the $29 service call gimmick. Here in North Texas, an experienced service tech costs at least $35 an hour to employ. So how does a $29 service call work? Well, it doesn't unless they find a bunch of stuff wrong with your system. It's just bait to get you to call. We can't come out for $29, and really, neither can they. In this business, you get what you pay for. Reliant Air Conditioning service call is $79, and our guys are all drug tested, background checked, and they don't work on commission. So if you need service on your AC system, call the company that's been gimmick-free since '83. Or if your system needs to be replaced, you can save up to $3,500 per system with Carrier's Cool Cash promotion. Our number's 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-968-7437 or ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Hey, does the idea of having your home sold on time without hassle and for top dollar, does that seem unrealistic to you? Hey, Dallas, it's your friend Sean Hannity, one real estate agent to sell your home guaranteed. That's Josh DeShong of Josh DeShong Real Estate at Keller Williams. Josh averages hundreds of local, national, and international buyers every single week. Now, that means your home sells on time at a price that you agreed to, guaranteed, or Josh will buy it. Josh's clients voted, and both D Magazine and Texas Monthly ranked him as the best real estate agent in Dallas. Real estate mogul and Shark Tank star Barbara Corcoran only recommends Josh in DFW. And if I lived in Dallas and needed my home sold, guess what? I'd call Josh DeShong, and you should too. Call Josh now at 972-325-6644 or go online at getsold.net. That's 972-325-6644 or getsold.net and start packing.
Sample comes with a 90-day order. Copays and deductibles may apply.
If you or someone you care for are using painful urinary catheters, Medical Direct Club can help. There's a new catheter that hurts less, and you can get a free sample with free shipping by calling now. Pain and urinary tract infections can be avoided if you're using urinary catheters. The new disposable catheters from Medical Direct Club hurt less due to an incredible new design that reduces pain by gliding easily and effortlessly. Old catheters can scrape and cut, causing pain and infection. These new catheters from Medical Direct Club are changing the lives of people who use urinary catheters. Medicare and your insurance will pay for up to 200 of these new catheters per month at little or no cost to you. Medical Direct Club handles all of the paperwork with your doctor and includes lifetime free shipping when you join. Membership and a free sample are free, so call Medical Direct Club now. 1-800-600-1127. That's 1-800-600-1127. End painful cathing today. Call 1-800-600-1127.
Hi, I'm John Hill, founder of the Good Contractors List. I get asked a lot if the Good Contractors List is like Angie's List, so I thought I'd take the time to do a comparison and let you decide. On the Good Contractors List, we actually meet every one of our contractors face-to-face and have an extensive screening process. On Angie's List, you can pay to read reviews. On the Good Contractors List, if issues arise with our contractors, we get physically involved and will come to your home if necessary. On Angie's List, you can pay to write a bad review. The Good Contractors List takes into consideration things like overhead and sales tactics when choosing our contractors. On Angie's List, you can pay to read reviews. If one of our contractors refuses to fix a problem, we investigate fully and pay up to $10,000 of our own money to get it fixed. On Angie's List, you can write a bad review and you're on your own. The Good Contractors List is absolutely free with a $10,000 guarantee. Reviews are good. Responsibility is better.
Good Contractors List.
There is something about the road that beckons, that invites us to pack up the family and leave the world behind. And there is something about an industry-leading unlimited mileage warranty on a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz that gives us the freedom to do exactly that. You take to the highway, rack up the miles for up to 3 years, and drive with the assurance that your Mercedes-Benz is covered. You have the security of being in a car that has been certified to Mercedes-Benz standards, while you enjoy a carefree ownership experience for miles and miles. But while the mileage is unlimited, your time to take advantage of our certified pre-owned sales event is not. Now through September 30th, you can also receive complimentary prepaid maintenance and your first 2 months payments on us on select models, plus 3 months of Sirius XM satellite radio. So hurry into your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer today and see why we say the odometer is there to record the memories.
See your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for complete details and limitations on certified pre-owned warranties.
660 AM, The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. Our telephone number is 866-660-5759, 866-660-5759. Put this on your calendar, Wednesday, September 16th. That is the second Republican debate for presidential candidates for 2016. We are going to have a GOP debate watching party. We, on 660 AM The Answer, we want you to go too. We're going to be at the Studio Movie Grill at I-75 in Spring Valley. That's 13933 North Central Expressway, Dallas, Texas, 75243 if you're putting it into your GPS right now. The tickets are $10 a piece, okay? You can get them at 660amtheanswer.com. I will be broadcasting the Wells Report in its entirety from the Studio Movie Grill at I-75 in Spring Valley, Wednesday, September 16th. Do not miss this GOP debate watching party from 6:60 a.m. The Answer. By the way, we will have straw poll and exit polling. We'll have a question and answer with you before the debate. The Wells Report will broadcast live after the debate, and the great Mark Davis will be our guest, along with you and your telephone calls. $10 at 660amtheanswer.com. That's how you get your tickets. Go to 660amtheanswer.com. Pay $10. $10, 660amtheanswer.com, 660amtheanswer.com, and so on, and so on. And we will see you on the 16th of September, Wednesday night. It will be fantastico. All right, so here's what we've got. Today, the State Department, as a matter of fact, about 2 hours ago, the State Department released thousands of pages of Hillary Clinton emails. A department spokesperson said that contained about 150, those emails, about 150 emails had material considered classified. The emails with redacted sections covered everything from Haiti to China to Sudan. When you consider that China has hacked into United States government email accounts, computer systems, and so on, this begins to have a little bit of gravity, doesn't it? The entire China email from Aid Huma Abedin was redacted, and on Sudan, a page and a half about calls Clinton said she was willing to make was likewise blacked out. They were part of a massive release of 7,000 pages of emails from the former Secretary of State's personal email server. Personal email server. Her largest email release to date. We're producing more documents this month than we have produced in the previous 3 releases, according to Department spokesman Mark Toner. But the sheer number of emails that have been redacted stands as the latest example of how much sensitive information was contained in Clinton's email transactions and on her private email server. The Clinton campaign insists Clinton herself never sent nor received messages marked classified at the time. This was a complete change of languaging. What she said at the beginning of this is that she sent nor received any classified emails. That has morphed into none of the emails being released had been marked classified. That's not correct. Mark Toner, the State Department spokesman, in a briefing with reporters, likewise said none of the emails being released were considered classified at the time. That may be. The information did not belong to the State Department. It's not up to the State Department to determine whether DIA information, Defense Intelligence Agency, or NSA, National Security Agency, or National Geospatial Intelligence. It's not up to them to decide what's classified and what isn't. Once again, if the information is being passed on a secure server system, it doesn't have to be marked classified. Remember, the only problem here is that this material was on Mrs. Clinton's private email server. The crime has already been committed. The rest of this is just trying to determine what the meaning of is. Toner went on to say somewhere around 150 have been subsequently upgraded to classified. By who? Oh, by the State Department. The people at the State Department had damn well better hope that the handling of their classified information doesn't comport with their own rules about everybody else's classified information. By the way, the department has clashed on whether or not classified information was actually in the possession of the Secretary of State. Remember what I just told you. The classifying agency owns the classification. The State Department cannot override it just because they want the Secretary of State to have a little more convenience in her dealings. The Intelligence Community Inspector General, which previously had determined certain emails contained classified information from the start, should have been handled as such. That's what he says, but hell, what does he know? Fox News has first reported that 2 emails triggered the FBI investigation that also included classified material. Among them was an email from Clinton aide Huma Abedin, which Fox News has learned contained classified intelligence from 3 agencies. Toner said the latest release means the department will have produced more than 25% of the full set of Clinton emails, exceeding a court-ordered target. This comes after the department last month fell short of the court-ordered goal in that release. Emails showered the government censored passages. Emails showed the government censored passages to protect national security at least 64 times in 37 messages, including instances when the same information was blacked out multiple times. Defense officials say, or department officials say, that all censored information in the last group of emails was classified at the confidential level, not at the higher top secret or compartmentalized level, according to the officials. It doesn't matter. Secretary Clinton did not say that she had not handled any material that was classified as confidential. She said that she had not handled any classified information. All we're talking about, by the way, when it comes down to this, is how many years you spend in prison. Not whether you're going to spend years in prison. At today's briefing, Toner would also not say whether Clinton broke internal department rules for handling correspondence with foreign governments. This was acutely uncomfortable for me to watch because it is clear the former Secretary of State has broken rules governing the State Department's handling of classified material. Not answering a question does not mean that Ms. Clinton did not break the internal rules of the State Department. It just means that Mark Toner is a gutless slug, a United States government android that does not want to go out on a limb and accuse the Secretary of State of something that is painfully obvious anyway. As if, well, if I don't actually say that she broke the rules, then maybe some idiot out there might believe she didn't. Referencing the last hour and a half of the broadcast, or actually the last hour and 45 minutes of the broadcast, these are the people that you would expect to come up with reasonable gun control law? No. They're not competent. None of these people are competent. This is embarrassing. This is ridiculous. This is foolish. The interesting thing about all this is, hey, how are we going to find out? How are we going to find out whether or not Jon-David and his ravings is actually correct? How are we going to find out? In order to find out, we'd have to indict the former Secretary of State. In order to indict the former Secretary of State, we'd have to have a federal grand jury or a finding by the Attorney General that there was probable cause that a crime had indeed been committed. Please note that we passed that barrier long ago. That nothing has happened should tell you the depth of the incompetence of the current occupants of the Department of Justice and everybody except the FBI. Now, the FBI can prefer charges. The question is, will they make those charges public? One way or another, we will find out just exactly what FBI Director James Comey is made out of. Because at some point, he's either an American or he's a Democrat. And that the Democrat Party has created an obvious distinction between those two groups of people should tell you just how badly damaged the Obama administration, the Obama administration has wreaked on America. How badly damaged the Obama administration has hurt this country. How badly damaged the country has been hurt by the Obama administration. See, I knew I would get to it eventually. I speak English-ish. Mondays.
Every day of the week.
So, there is more classified information out there. And unfortunately, this comes from a private email server from the former Secretary of State. Sadly, there is now an article from Fox News. And you know what the headline is? The headline is, "Mystery Deepens into How Classified Emails Got Onto Clinton's Unclassified Server." There's no mystery to me, but for some reason, Malia Zimmerman finds a mystery. Let's just go ahead and cover that story next, shall we? Because to me, there is no flippin' mystery. You cannot indeed move classified material to an unclassified server by accident. Can you? Let's find out next. This is the Wells Report.
Hi, this is Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor. I'd like for you to join me on my talk show this weekend. What I do is teach people how to go the natural, organic route. I stir up trouble, too, because I throw out some things that a lot of people just don't think are correct. You know what? We have a lot of experience to back up what we recommend. Have healthier gardens and more fun gardening. Join me this and every weekend.
Join Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, every Sunday morning from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. right here on 660 a.m. The Answer.
Warning. If you're drowning in debt you can't afford, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to pay it all back, because you don't. What the credit card companies don't want you to know is that there's actually a way to get debt-free without paying off your entire debt or going bankrupt. If you have $5,000 or more in credit card debt, you now have the right to settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. For free information, call Debt Relief Advocates now. 1-800-600-7841. We'll even show you how much money you could save. If you can't afford to pay off all your debt, do not let the credit card companies trick you into thinking that you have to. Call Debt Relief Advocates now for free information on how to get debt-free faster than you ever thought possible without debt consolidation or bankruptcy. We depend on your success and offer a guarantee, so there's no risk. For free information, call now. 1-800-600-7841. That's 1-800-600-7841. 1-800-600-7841.
Watching the news, you may wonder, what would I do if something happened at my office, church, or school? In today's society, being prepared could be the difference that saves your life. That's why you're invited to the Danger Zone 2, an active shooter seminar, Thursday, September 3rd at the Eisman Center in Richardson from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. This seminar is your opportunity to gain valuable insight on what to do in dangerous real-life scenarios. This seminar will explore many of the most recognized suggestions for dealing with an active shooter situation. It's perfect for church leaders, school teachers, administrators, officials, parents, anyone who's ready to learn and be prepared for the unexpected. The Danger Zone 2, Thursday, September 3rd at the Eisman Center, featuring presentations from FBI Dallas, private sector experts, and more. For info and to purchase your tickets now, visit 660amtheanswer.com and click on the link. A presentation of the FBI Dallas Citizens Academy Alumni Association, a 501c3 nonprofit corporation, not part of the FBI.
2 little tablets is all it takes to get thicker, fuller hair, guaranteed. Viviscal is the #1 drug-free hair growth supplement in the U.S., with 1 box being sold every minute globally. It's clinically proven, loved by celebrities, and recommended by doctors. And right now, a 90-day supply of Viviscal is being offered in your area risk-free plus free shipping. Call 800-481-7987. Viviscal nourishes thinning hair from within. It makes thin hair full hair beautiful, and promotes the growth of thicker, fuller hair guaranteed. Viviscal is so effective, 96% of women would recommend it to a friend. Listen to this.
It's vibrant, shiny, bouncy, everything you want your hair to be. I love Viviscal because it works. It completely works.
Want to try Viviscal? Every listener that calls can try it risk-free for 90 days, plus free shipping. Get thicker, fuller hair guaranteed. Call now, 800-481-7987. 800-481-7987. That's 800-481-7987.
Hey everybody, Mark Davis for my friends at Viascan of Las Colinas. We're always concerned about heart disease and cancer, and we should be. You ever hear those stories about the first sign that somebody had of heart problems when they died of a heart attack? The first evidence of any kind of cancer was after it was too big to be operable. Early detection is everything. Information is power, and honestly, sometimes information is survival. This is what Viascan of Las Colinas is all about. Viascan of Las Colinas. My friend John Duncan and the gang with the body scan, the well-view scan, they call it, all the vital organs there between the shoulder and the pelvis, making sure there's no heart plaques or blockages, no little cancer spots that could rise up and take you down. This is affordable, preventive healthcare. It is not uncomfortable. It is not claustrophobic. It's fantastic. I love it, and I love the information. It's good to know what's going on inside your body. Be Viascan certain. 972-739-2840, 972-739-2840, or just Google Viascan.
At TIAA Craft, our record sounds like a broken record. We got impressive results in 2013. And 2014, same thing. We're like, hey, weren't we just here? Then 2015, boom, more impressive results. That's the kind of record you'd expect from a company that's created to serve and built to perform. Intelligent investing, powerful results. Visit TIAA.org. TIAA Craft Individual and Institutional Services, LLC. Investing involves risk.
If you've got questions, we've got answers. 660 AM, The Answer. The Wells Report is on 660 AM, The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. Please listen to the Mark Davis Show tomorrow morning. It'll be Tuesday. It'll be about 7 o'clock or so, 7:05, 7:06, somewhere in that vicinity. And this voice will tell you something about this topic.
Hey, JD, good Monday night, and it's going to be a great Wednesday night a couple of weeks from now. Can't wait to get in there with you, my brother. It's the Studio Movie Grill watching party. Jon-David Wells, Mark Davis, bunch of listeners, and a debate on the big screen. We're going to love it. Go to 660amtheanswer.com. Get your tickets right now if you have not yet done that. And in every day between now and then, we'll talk about the latest in all the campaigns and the latest in the news. I've heard there's some pushback on the Obama renaming of Mount McKinley. And as he goes to Alaska, get ready for more junk science climate panic. We'll cover all the latest news overnight, ready for everybody tomorrow morning, 7 to 10 a.m. Mark Davis Show on 660 AM, The Answer.
Thanks very much, Mark. I sincerely appreciate it, my brother, my wingman, my pal. So there seems to be some mystery magic as to just how those emails got on that server. This is according to Fox News reporter Malia Zimmerman. Here, regardez. That means pay attention for a second. The daily take two. The daily revelations over classified information finding its way onto Hillary Clinton's personal email service are raising perplexing questions for the former government officials who wonder just how classified information made its way onto the former Secretary of State's non-classified server, especially since the two systems are not connected. It's hard to move classified documents onto the non-classified system. You could not move a document by mistake. You know, I think I said that once.
We're ready to believe you.
About 4 minutes ago, in fact. Yeah, this is according to a former operations officer for the U.S. Army in Europe and the former operations officer for the Joint Chiefs of Staff, a guy named Willis Lee. State Department spokesman Alec Gerlach confirmed the two systems don't connect. The classified and unclassified system are separate. You cannot email between the two. Well, that would mean that someone would have to transfer the material by thumb drive. Like the lawyer for Hillary Clinton. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. The Clinton campaign adamantly denies any emails traversing Clinton's homebrew server were marked classified at the time. The Intelligence Community Inspector General says potentially hundreds of classified emails may be in the mix, but acknowledges at least some were not properly marked. So if the Clinton denial is to be believed, individuals in her inner circle would have simply typed or scanned classified information onto a non-classified system without regard for its contents. In this case, emails would have started in and stayed in the unclassified system, albeit improperly, based on the findings of the Intelligence Inspector General. If it turns out that emails literally jumped from the classified server to the non-classified system, something the State Department claims cannot happen, it would point to Clinton's staff going to great lengths to create a workaround to do so. I know. Everybody goes to jail. That's it. Everybody goes to jail and they can sit around and say, oops, together. Well, actually, that's not the official State Department parlance. It would be, whoopsie. That's the State Department parlance. These people need to go to jail, prison. This is the Wells Report.
Call 267-8433 because the next best thing to do is Dalworth Clean.
Hi, Cheryl here for Dalworth Clean. And you've been hearing the Dalworth jingle for almost 40 years. And when you hear it, you probably think carpet cleaning. But Dalworth offers so much more. Dalworth can clean and restore every type of flooring in your home, including natural stone floors like marble, travertine, and slate. The combination of traffic and soil take their toll over time, robbing your stone floor of its original luster and natural beauty. Dalworth can clean, polish, and seal natural stone floors and return them to a like-new appearance for a fraction of the cost of replacement. Whether you want a high gloss finish or a matte finish, we can create the look that's just right for you. This week, save $100 on stone polishing with any job of 200 square feet or more. So call Dalworth today and find out why it's really true. The next best thing to new is Dalworth Clean. Or visit us at dalworth.com where you can make your appointment 24/7.
There's a lot of hot weather left here in Texas, and that means a lot more fun and sun on the lake. There's no better time than now to visit Fun and Sun Boats and Tackle in Hurst or Cleburne for their model year closeout sale on all in-stock 2015 Manitou pontoon boats. These are high-performance luxury pontoons that meets the need for speed as well as comfort and quality. Manitou pontoons have the most unique floor plans and plush interiors, along with unsurpassed performance. Call and set up your demo ride today. A test ride out on the lake in one of these amazing pontoons? You couldn't ask for a better experience. Fun and Sun Boats and Tackle has a 26,000 square foot air-conditioned showroom that'll surely have what you're looking for. Don't miss out on this pre-Labor Day blowout sale at Fun & Son Boats and Tackle. Go to funandsonboats.com. That's funandsonboats.com. Your new boat is waiting for you at Fun & Son Boats and Tackle, located in Hurst or Cleburne, or online at funandsonboats.com.
There was a lot to love about your timeshare. Now that it's time to get out, there's a lot to love about resortrelease.com. Resortrelease.com helps timeshare owners terminate their contracts and end all future payments, guaranteed. If you've tried to sell your timeshare, you know how impossible it can feel. But our 100% guarantee lets you legally and permanently walk away, or you pay nothing. Resort Release holds a Better Business Bureau A+ rating. We're the only timeshare cancellation company in the nation with their prestigious accreditation. 2016's maintenance fees are on the way. Talk to one of ResortRelease.com's expert asset managers before that bill arrives. 800-281-9595. That's 800-281-9595. Experience ResortRelease.com's easy cancellation process and free yourself from the burden of that timeshare. Call 800-281-9595 or visit ResortRelease.com.
Hi, I'm Jeff Stewart with the Reliant Air Conditioning Consumer Update. Today's topic is the sales technician. Most companies use their service techs to sell new equipment on service calls, and the more equipment they sell, the more commission they make. But would you buy a new car from your mechanic? The fact is, the guy you're trusting to repair your system actually makes more money if he can sell you a new one. At Reliant Air Conditioning, you get a certified service technician, not a salesman. Our techs don't work on commission, and they don't sell equipment. If you need a new system, we're the only company in town that tells you to get 2 other bids and then call us. Now you can save over $3,500 per system with Carrier's Cool Cash. So call 2 other companies, get their price, and then call Reliant Air Conditioning, and you'll see how we've been gimmick-free since '83. Our number's 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-968-7437 or ReliantAirConditioning.com.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Are you ready to take your diabetes management to the next level? Put the Contour Next meter to the test and challenge your meter. The Contour Next meter makes testing easy and highly accurate with close to lab level results. And J.D. Power ranked Bayer's portfolio of meters highest in customer satisfaction with blood glucose meters. So take the challenge. Go to ContourNextChallenge.com, get a free meter, and enter to win free test strips. Find Contour Next at your local Good Neighbor Pharmacy.
Last Friday, Allison Cohn made her status FBF to a pic of me as a pipsqueak. Awkward. It got 59 likes and 12 comments. Impressive, Allie. Geico also has a comment on your Flashback Friday. Did you know Geico has been saving people money on car insurance for over 75 years? Bet you didn't even know they made cars back then. And if you think your flashback is awkward, you should see our pic. Hashtag blurry. Hashtag over 75 years of savings.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
660 AM, The Answer. 660 AM, TheAnswer.com. If it's important to you, we're talking about it right now on The Wells Report on 660 AM, The Answer.
It will not be the same without you. The GOP debate watching party from 660 AM, The Answer. It is the 660 AM, The Answer GOP debate watching party. You should go. It's Wednesday, September 16th at the Studio Movie Grill at I-75 in Spring Valley. You can find out more information and pay your $10 to get your ticket at 660amtheanswer.com. Please pay $10. I swear Mark Davis and I will be worth it. And so will the debate. It's at the Studio Movie Grill. We'll be able to sit there and eat. And I believe this they serve adult beverage, don't they? Will Carly Fiorina make it into the debate or make it into the Studio Movie Grill? Oh, well, I don't know. But I think that anybody who wants to see the debate and get snot slinging drunk at the same time, okay, well, maybe not snot slinging, but certainly whatever they can come up with, I'm just thinking, hey. So go to 660amtheanswer.com and get more details. All right. Let's talk other politics, shall we? Donald Trump and Ben Carson are now way out front in the early voting state of Iowa, according to a poll out today. A Monmouth University poll of likely Iowa GOP caucus goers found that the billionaire real estate developer and the retired pediatric neurosurgeon each has 23% support. Coming in third with 10% is Carly Fiorina, the former Hewlett-Packard CEO, who has also never held public office. Are you seeing this? The people out front in Iowa, right this minute, have a combined 0 years in public service. 0. What does that tell you? I'll tell you what it tells you. It tells you that all of the bitching that I've done about Republicans shooting themselves in the feet on a near clockwork-like consistent basis has been justified completely. I'm not even their enemy. I am not the enemy of the Republican Party, even though I am a conservative, and even though I will gladly be one of the founders of the Texas Conservative Party. Gladly, if they don't get their crap together in a big hurry. None of the professional, quote-unquote, professional politicians are leading in the nation's first presidential primary. What does that tell you? It tells you that the people running the Republican Party are tone deaf when it comes to the people who vote for the Republican Party. Trump has led Iowa in most polls released over the past month. This is amazing that Carson, who was also a close second to Trump in a Des Moines Register Bloomberg Politics Iowa poll released over the weekend, would have such amazing success. The GOP frontrunner in Iowa for much of the year, Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker, has slipped. He was the choice of now only 7% of Iowa Republicans in the latest Monmouth poll, down from 22% the month before. These results mark a significant shakeup in the leaderboard from Monmouth's Iowa poll taken before the first debate, said Patrick Murray, the director of the university's polling institute. Carson and to a lesser extent Fiorina have surged, while Walker has faded into the background. 9%, Senator Ted Cruz. 5%, Jeb Bush. 4%, John Kasich, Marco Rubio. 3%, Rand Paul. By the way, a former board member of Hewlett-Packard who voted to fire Carly Fiorina as CEO is now endorsing her for the 2016 Republican presidential campaign. Tom Perkins wrote a full-page New York Times ad and said this, quote, Carly did what she was brought in to do, turn the company around and make it successful again. Not only did she save the company from the dire straits it was in, she laid the foundation for HP's future growth, unquote. Critics often complain Carly was fired at HP because she was unsuccessful. As a member of the board, I can tell you that's not true. In truth, it was the board I was a part of that was ineffective and dysfunctional. He said that his vote to fire Carly Fiorina as the CEO of Hewlett-Packard, quote, was a mistake, unquote. The comments in an advertisement placed in the newspaper's business section were framed as a response to an August 18th Times column criticizing Fiorina's business acumen as one that is just not so sterling. That article by Andrew Ross Sorkin noted that HP stock dropped by half in 2005 and questioned the success of its merger with Compaq. It also suggested Fiorina presided over such a sharp decline in one of America's great companies. The merger, while controversial, was unanimously approved by every member of the HP board and won approval from stockholders. Thanks to Carly's leadership, There was a path towards there was a path forward for this storied but troubled company. Wow. Fiorina has repeatedly defended her rocky tenure as CEO of HP during the 2016 campaign. She's third in the latest polling, not the polling that goes back beyond the first debate. CNN will look like the biggest idiots in history if they leave her off the main stage. Senator Ted Cruz today blamed President Obama for the ambush murder of a sheriff's deputy in Houston, asserting the president's vilification of police has created a dangerous climate. Cops around this country are feeling the assault, Cruz told reporters after a town hall meeting in Milford, New Hampshire. They're feeling the assault from the president from the top on down as we see, whether it's in Ferguson or Baltimore, the response from senior Obama officials, the president or the attorney general, is to vilify law enforcement. That's wrong. It's fundamentally wrong. It's endangering all of our safety and security. Harris County Sheriff's Deputy Darren Goforth was killed Friday while filling his patrol car with gas at a station in Houston. Authorities said today he was shot 15 times in the ambush. A suspect, Shannon Miles, is being held without bond. After eruptions of racial tensions in Ferguson, Missouri, and the Baltimore involving police and black residents, the president called for improved policing and also for nonviolent protests by angry citizens. Stumping in New Hampshire, Cruz asserted that President Obama has only widened the gap between citizens and police. These are brave heroes who risk their lives keeping us safe, and I do think we're seeing the manifestation of the rhetoric and vilification of law enforcement of police that is coming from the President of the United States and senior officials, clearly a reference to Eric Holder, the former Attorney General of the United States. Cruz recalled a defeated nomination for a senior position at the Justice Department for a lawyer who represented a cop killer pro bono. I'm proud to stand with law enforcement, he said. We need a president who doesn't attack and vilify them, and who doesn't seek to tear us apart along racial lines to inflame racial divisions. U.S. House Speaker John Boehner reportedly referred to him last week as a jackass, venting to a group of GOP donors in Colorado about a junior senator who, in his view, has meddled repeatedly in the business of the House. Cruz has actively encouraged conservatives in the House to confront and defy Boehner on a host of issues, including Obamacare and the budget fight that led to the 16-day government shutdown. Cruz's New Hampshire campaign chairman, former House Speaker Bill O'Brien, has invoked the jackass epithet in introducing Cruz on Sunday and Monday. Oh, I think Mr. Boehner is entitled to express his opinion however he likes, said Cruz. I've expressed many times the frustration with the American people, or that the American people are feeling with what I call the Washington cartel, career politicians in both parties who get in bed with lobbyists and special interests and grow and grow and grow government. He encouraged Speaker Boehner to focus on delivering on GOP promises, such as defeating the Iran nuclear deal and stripping all federal funding from Planned Parenthood. My response to personal insults is to not respond in kind. It's not to reciprocate, he said. My focus is on the substance. Leadership should lead and actually do what we say we will do. Cruz in 2016 rival Donald Trump will headline a rally against the Iran deal September 9th at the Capitol, an event White House spokesman Josh Earnest depicted last week as a pro-war rally. Today, Cruz called that statement an example of the irresponsible and hateful rhetoric that comes from the White House. With the deal so indefensible, they don't want to debate the substance. It's a classic distraction technique. The American people aren't buying it. They are not interested in the schoolyard taunts of the administration. Elsewhere in the news, Pete Sessions backs Jeb Bush and bemoans the new Boy Scout policy regarding gay scout leaders. U.S. Representative Pete Sessions is backing former Florida Governor Jeb Bush in the Republican presidential primary. This, according to an interview with NBC5 News, as reported by Sylvan Lane in the Dallas Morning News. What we've got to do is find someone who can rally us together, said Sessions in an interview for Lone Star Politics. Jeb Bush is my answer. Sessions praised Bush's conservative record as Florida governor from 1999 to 2007 and said he had some great ideas, but the congressman also pointed out a few frailties holding Bush back in polls. He's not playing the field very well. He's a little anemic. He's a little cautious, although he thinks Bush ultimately can be the person who would win. Sessions isn't as confident in former Governor Rick Perry and his struggling presidential campaign. Rick needs to sell what he's done in Texas instead of what needs to be done for the United States. I think he got away from that. He's having a tough time getting it back on track now. Perry often refers to Texas economic expansion and his efforts to secure the border during press appearances and campaign speeches. Sessions, an Eagle Scout just like Rick Perry, was also asked about the Boy Scouts of America's recent decision to allow openly gay adult men to be leaders. The congressman, who's still involved with scouting, said he disapproves and attributed it to a nationwide assault on the organization. It was done because of a series of laws across the United States designed to sue the Boy Scouts of America and take us to our knees, said Sessions, perhaps ignoring the obvious discomfort that phraseology might involve. He added that he didn't want to dwell on it, the topic, not necessarily the use of words. I think we're better alive, even if I disagree with exactly what the policy is. At least we're still in business. What? Don't hassle me. I'm just a simple newsman. Don't make me sorry for having you work here. Okay. Don't make me sorry for begging you to work here. Don't make Matt feel sorry for me because I continue to beg you to continue working for me. Here, please. I beg you. Stop sneering at me, Magic. Hey, we're both married. We've begged before, and we'll beg again. Okay, obviously it's a little weird for me to be begging your wife or, but hey, I got to keep this show on the air.
We'll talk after the show.
Yeah, we'll talk after the show, he says. You're listening to the Wells Report. Okay, the Vicky Stifer Report with Wells doing something. On 660 AM, The Answer.
America was built by people with a few dollars and a dream. And while many don't know it, there's one path to success that still only requires a dream and about $10. That's right. If your dream is to start or grow your business, something as simple as the right business card could make all the difference. And today at Vistaprint.com, you can get 500 full-color business cards for only $9.99. That's right, 500 business cards for just $9.99. What's more, you can choose between hundreds of designs or upload your own and customize them easily. And because they're from Vistaprint.com, the cards are of top quality and your satisfaction is 100% guaranteed. So visit Vistaprint.com today and get 500 shots at turning your dream into reality. Hurry, because this offer won't last long. To get your 500 business cards for just $9.99, go to Vistaprint.com. Click on the link in the upper right corner and use promo code 2323. That's Vistaprint.com. Click on the link in the upper right corner and use promo code 2323.
Better service done right, on time, on target. Arrow Electric.
Having electrical needs or problems in your home or office? Then look no further than Arrow Electric. Arrow Electric is your spot-on choice to take care of all of your home or office electrical needs. Big or small, Arrow Electric is on point with their award-winning services and 100% satisfaction guarantee. Go to arrowelectric.net today to schedule your appointment. That's arrowelectric.net. We know that your family safety means everything to you, and with today's changing technology, peace of mind does not come easy. That's why Arrow Electric includes a free safety evaluation of your home with their free service call to better protect you and your family. Whatever your electrical needs, from safety concerns or lighting to electrical repairs and installation, there's only one company that's on time, on target: Arrow Electric. Check out all of their services at arrowelectric.net. That's arrowelectric.net.
Better service done right, on time, on target. Arrow Electric.
Tell me something. How's your back? Hi, I'm Dr. Chad Glines, DC with Genesis Back and Neck, and I want you to know something. There's help out there for you. Do you have pain that runs down your arms or legs? Do you have a bulging or herniated disc? Then, my friend, you are a candidate for spinal decompression, and I'm telling you, we have seen some remarkable results.
Dr. Chad pretty much saved me. My name is Travis, and part of my job is lifting things every day. With my back problems, that wasn't happening. So I went to see Dr. Chad, and I gotta tell you, spinal decompression is the easiest thing I've ever done. And not only am I lifting things without pain, I feel like I've gotten my life back. I'm telling you, you need to go to Genesis Back and Neck.
That just blesses me to hear that. Spinal decompression is safe. It's FDA cleared. It's not painful, and it has a huge success rate. At Genesis, we accept most major insurances, and your first visit will be at no charge. Please stop hurting and call me, 817-328-1922. That's 817-328-1922, or online at genesisback.com.
What's the best way to bring people together?
T-shirts.
T-shirts. Custom t-shirts that you design online with custom ink. The fun, easy way to make shirts you'll love for your group or occasion. Custom Ink has created over 50 million shirts for families, teams, reunions, church groups, cheerleaders, companies big and small. So go online and see how easy it is to design your own shirts with Custom Ink's online design lab. Our website has tons of fonts and amazing artwork. And our team of professional inkers will make sure your shirts turn out perfectly. Order one shirt or thousands. On-time delivery is guaranteed, and we'll even ship your order absolutely free.
Start designing your custom ink t-shirts today and see why 99% of our customers say they would order from us again. Visit customink.com.
Have you put off seeing the dentist because you can't afford to go? Are big dental bills taking a big toll on your wallet? Would you like to have dental insurance but think it's too expensive? If you answered yes to any of these questions, call Physicians Mutual Insurance Company for a free information kit. See how you can help protect your teeth and your wallet for less than $1 a day. 1-800-944-0314. This is real dental insurance that can help cover over 300 procedures, all the ones you're most likely to need. Everything from cleanings and fillings to crowns and dentures. Your acceptance is guaranteed for one of these insurance policies, even if you're retired or on Medicare. You can see any dentist you choose and you'll never pay a deductible. Call in the next 10 minutes and we'll rush you a free information kit with all the details. 1-800-944-0314. That's 1-800-944-0314. 1-800-944-0314.
You can listen on the go. Find us on iHeartRadio. 660 AM. The Answer. Now, by popular demand, The Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to The Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. How's your 401k doing? Well, I hate to tell you this. The month of August has earned its place in the record books as being really bad. As far as August go, this one has been the worst in nearly 2 decades. The Dow posted a 6.4% decline so far in August, which marks the worst month in more than 5 years for the market gauge, which tracks its performance of 30 stocks. Comparing the month with other Augusts, the blue chip index registered its worst August since 1998. Oh, no. Overall, it was the sixth worst monthly performance for the Dow and the worst since May of 2010 when the Dow dropped 7.9%. Yikes. By the way, the broader S&P 500 posted a 6.3% fall in August, its worst monthly tumble in more than 3 years. So we can say that the economic policies, what? Working like gangbusters? Because I remember when the Dow was like going upwards and nobody could figure out why, the president said, "See, huh? The economy's kicking butt. I'm out there living the life of kicked buttness." Well, I think that's morphed into getting your butt kickedness. From kick buttness to getting your butt kickedness. All in one just short span of months. This is the Wells Report.
Hi, this is Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor. I'd like for you to join me on my talk show this weekend. What I do is teach people how to go the natural, organic route. I stir up trouble, too, because I throw out some things that a lot of people just don't think are correct. You know what? We have a lot of experience to back up what we recommend. Have healthier gardens and more fun gardening. Join me this and every weekend.
Join Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, every Sunday morning from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. right here on 660 a.m. The Answer.
Are you ready to take your education to the next level? Arizona State University now offers over 90 top-tier degree programs, 100% online. With ASU's highly ranked online programs, you'll earn the same degree as our on-campus students, with the ability to learn wherever you want, whenever you want. Same world-renowned faculty, same leading education, same global recognition from one of the top universities in the world. Call 1-800-505-8965. That's 1-800-505-8965.
I'm Jamie from Sherman Oaks, and I just graduated with my degree from Arizona State University. I chose ASU because I received the quality education I deserved in the major I wanted, all from my home.
Jamie's not the only one to earn a degree from ASU. There are over 90 degree programs offered 100% online from one of the top universities. Now's the time to learn more about earning your degree online from Arizona State University. Call 1-800-505-8965. That's 1-800-505-8965.
The holiday concert of the year is returning to Dallas December 6th at American Airlines Center. Michael W. Smith and Amy Grant with the Dallas Pops together again on stage performing holiday classics. Dallas's newest holiday tradition will fill American Airlines Center with the holiday spirit. Sunday, December 6th, Michael W. Smith and Amy Grant with the Dallas Pops at American Airlines Center. Tickets on sale now online at Ticketmaster.com by calling 800-745-3000 or at the American Airlines Center box office.
Treating prostate cancer is USMD's Prostate Cancer Center's mission. At USMD, you will find compassionate physicians, state-of-the-art care, and lots of hope, all under one roof. Please join USMD's Prostate Cancer Center's charity golf event to drive out prostate cancer on Thursday, September 24th at the TPC Four Seasons Las Colinas in Irving. Proceeds from this event will benefit the Prostate Cancer Foundation and Cuisine for Healing. Get teed off about prostate cancer. Go to 888prostate.com and click on the homepage to register today.
This is 660 AM, The Answer. A service of Salem Media Group on the NASDAQ as SALM, KSKY, Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. 660 AM, The Answer.
Fox News Radio, I'm Brett Larson. President Obama in Alaska making the case for action against climate change.
The science is stark. It is sharpening. It proves that this once distant threat is now very much in the present.
Obama is spending 3 days in Alaska. A uniformed officer in a Houston suburb was shot 15 times while he was pumping gas. In an interview with Fox News, Harris County, Texas Chief Deputy Sheriff Tim Cannon says the family he's left behind is coping.
To see how she is dealing with it and realizing that there's so many people that are comforting and surrounding her with love has really made a difference for her.
The suspect, Shannon J. Miles, charged with capital murder. His lawyer says he has a history of mental illness. The United Nations saying satellite images confirm the 2,000-year-old Temple of Bel has been destroyed by ISIS. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Stimulating talk, 660 AM, The Answer. Dennis Prager says something's gotta give with the economy.
When are we going to pay the piper for all of this debt? Something is going to give, and it's in large measure because of terrible ideas, like government can shape an economy. We have the highest corporate taxes in the world. then we wonder why companies do business outside of the United States.
The Dennis Prager Show, weekdays at noon, right before Sean Hannity at 2 on 660 AM. The Answer.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. Got a question. Why is your mobile phone bill going to help Hillary become president of the United States? Answer is, same reason Big Mobile helped Obama win twice. It's what they do. Now Hillary's counting on Big Mobile to help her in 2016. If you're okay with that, don't listen further. But if you don't want to support Hillary or other leftist candidates and causes, switch to EOS Mobile. EOS Mobile. Website is EOScell, EOSCELL.com to learn more. EOS has the same great nationwide network, high-speed data, voice, pretty much everywhere across the country. EOS has the same devices you've come to love. And with plans starting at $9.99, a plan for every budget. Best of all, EOS Mobile at EOScell.com gives 5% of each bill to conservative causes and candidates. If you're stuck in a contract, they'll buy you out. If you want your phone bill to support conservative candidates, the choice is clear. EOScell.com. Learn more now at EOSCELL.com. EOScell.com. Same phones, same service, better causes. EOScell.com. EOSCELL.com.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas, is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots, but doctors have discovered they're unable to reverse or control serious side effects, such as internal bleeding caused by Xarelto. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. If you or a loved one was hospitalized for any form of internal bleeding or stroke after taking Xarelto, you may be entitled to a cash award and substantial financial compensation. There's limited time to file a claim, so call 800-714-0385 now. Call 800-714-0385. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-714-0385. That's 800-714-0385. Again, 800-714-0385.
There's a lot of hot weather left here in Texas, and that means a lot more fun and sun on the lake. There's no better time than now to visit Fun and Sun Boats and Tackle in Hurst or Cleburne for their model year closeout sale on all in-stock 2015 Manitou pontoon boats. These are high-performance luxury pontoons that meets the need for speed as well as comfort and quality. Manitou pontoons have the most unique floor plans and plush interiors, along with unsurpassed performance. Call and set up your demo ride today. A test ride out on the lake in one of these amazing pontoons? You couldn't ask for a better experience. Fun and Sun Boats and Tackle has a 26,000 square foot air-conditioned showroom that'll surely have what you're looking for. Don't miss out on this pre-Labor Day blowout sale at Fun and Sun Boats and Tackle. Go to funandsunboats.com. That's funandsunboats.com. Your new boat is waiting for you at Fun and Sun Boats and Tackle, located in Hurst or Cleburne, or online at funandsunboats.com.
You know, I'm not a genius about money. I love my credit cards, and they love me. I was using them as a source of income, and then I got behind in my payments, and creditors were calling. I figured I had a problem, and I didn't know how to deal with it. I heard about Trinity, so I called and talked to a counselor. In half an hour, we worked out a plan. Now I've got one easy monthly payment, a lower interest rate, and I'm getting out of debt.
If you're in an endless cycle of paying on credit card balances that never seem to go away, then get ready for a toll-free number that will put you on a path to financial recovery. Trinity will consolidate your accounts, put a stop to late fees and over-limit charges, reduce your interest, and possibly improve your credit score. You'll save thousands. If your debt has you down, we should talk. Call 1-800-758-5360. That's 1-800-758-5360. Call 1-800-758-5360.
There was a lot to love about your timeshare. Now that it's time to get out, there's a lot to love about ResortRelease.com. ResortRelease.com helps timeshare owners terminate their contracts and end all future payments, guaranteed. If you've tried to sell your timeshare, you know how impossible it can feel. But our 100% guarantee lets you legally and permanently walk away, or you pay nothing. Resort Release holds a Better Business Bureau A+ rating. We're the only timeshare cancellation company in the nation with their prestigious accreditation. 2016's maintenance fees are on the way. Talk to one of ResortRelease.com's expert asset managers before that bill arrives. 800-281-9595. That's 800-281-9595. Experience resortrelease.com's easy cancellation process and free yourself from the burden of that timeshare. Call 800-281-9595 or visit resortrelease.com.
Dallas, Fort Worth's home for stimulating talk. 660 AM, The Answer. Is anybody out there paying attention to what's going on in this country, in this state, and in this city? We know one man who is. You got questions? He's got answers. This is the Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. You know what we're seeing right here? You know what we're seeing in this Republican chase for the presidency? We are seeing an opportunity to determine just exactly who's who in the Republican Party hierarchy from a standpoint of making policy. The Republican Party historically has been the party known for small government, low taxes, conservative ideals. I have said, and I said the first time, how long ago was it that I said that a Republican Party absent conservative values doesn't stand for anything? Stands only for political opportunism and political expedience. That may be the truest thing I've ever said on this broadcast. A broadcast that is built around truth spoken here. We are finding people in the Republican Party who are solidly moderate, maybe even liberal, all the way through to Tea Party conservatives like me. And they're making themselves known in some spectacular ways. Today, excuse me, I'm sorry. Today, I sent an email to the people that syndicate George Will. Let me see if they got back. Let me see if they got back to me. Let me see if I got back to me, because I want them. I'm trying to find out whether or not I can get George Will to join me on the air. Let me go down to sent. Let me see if I did that. Yeah, okay. So they have not. Wait a minute. Here's some other ones. Stand by. No, 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 and no. Okay, so they have not gotten back to me. But listen to what George Will has written in the Washington Post today, okay? Every sulfurous belch from the molten interior of the volcanic Trump phenomenon injures the chances of a Republican presidency. After Donald Trump finishes plastering a snarling face on conservatism, any Republican nominee will face a dauntingly steep climb to reach even the paltry numbers that doomed Mitt Romney. It is perhaps quixotic to try to distract Trump supporters with facts, which their leader, who is no stickler for dignity, considers beneath him. Still, consider these. Now remember, this is George F. Will, a guy I truly respect. Okay? Here's a guy you need to pay attention to, whether you agree with him or not. Listen to what he has to say. The white percentage of the electorate has been shrinking for decades. It will be about 2 points smaller in 2006 than it was in 2012. In 2008, Barack Obama became the first president elected while losing the white vote by double digits. In 2012, Hispanics, the nation's largest minority, were for the first time a double-digit portion of the electorate. White voters were nearly 90% of Romney's vote. In 1988, George H.W. Bush won 59% of the white vote, which translated into 426 electoral votes. 24 years later, Romney won 59% of the white vote and just 206 electoral votes. He lost the non-white vote by 63 points, receiving just 17% of it. If the Republicans' 2016 nominee does not do better than Romney did among non-white voters, he will need 65% of the white vote, which was last achieved by Ronald Reagan when carrying 49 states in 1984. Romney did even slightly worse among Asian Americans, the fastest growing minority, than among Hispanics. Evidently, minorities generally detested or detected Republican ambivalence, even animus about them. This was before Trump began receiving rapturous receptions because he obliterates inhibitions from venting hostility. Trump is indifferent to those conservative tenets, e.g. frugality. He welcomed Obama's stimulus, to which he was not hostile, e.g. property rights. He adored the Supreme Court's Kelo decision, vastly expanding the government's power of eminent domain. So Trump's appeal must derive primarily from his views about immigration, including legal immigration, concerning he favors a pause of unspecified duration. I'm going to stop here. I'm going to stop here and I'm going to make this, I want to make something clear. At least it's clear to me. Remember that there are two Donald Trumps. There is the Donald Trump who is the businessman. He is the guy that is essentially finding his way in the public policy arena for the first time in his life. That which happened before he threw his hat into the ring for the presidency must therefore be looked at from a different lens, one that George F. Will does not seem to be willing to use for the sake of his point. I understand what he's saying. As the Supreme Court's Kelo decision had to do with the power of eminent domain and the private uses of eminent domain, wouldn't someone who made his billions of dollars in real estate investing find that to be a very good decision? The answer is yes, he would. As far as the Obama stimulus package, here's a guy who spends all of his time in the real estate markets and other markets, especially the real estate market, which was essentially pointed at real estate. Remember the HARP program, which is still going on, by the way? That was all about real estate, you know. So why, again, wouldn't somebody who's made his billions of dollars in real estate look at that as something good? So there are two things right there. And then Will, I believe, makes another mistake by trying to take those two errant ideas and then try to draw a logical conclusion from them. So Trump's appeal must derive primarily from his views about immigration. Not necessarily. I think what popularity Donald Trump gleans from immigration is the fact that he's the first guy running for the presidency that's actually been able to talk about it realistically, as opposed to in baloney-filled political doublespeak, which leads to, what is that word? It's an easier word. Oh, yeah, lying. Okay? So here's Will. Here's what he continues to say. Some supporters simply find Trump entertainingly naughty. Others, however, have remarkable cognitive dissonance. They properly execrate? Okay. They properly execrate Obama's executive high-handedness that expresses expresses progressivism's traditional disdain for the separation of powers that often makes government action difficult. But these same Trumpkins simultaneously despise GOP congressional leaders because they do not somehow jettison the separation of powers and work conservatism's unimpeded will from Capitol Hill. George, with all due respect, and once again, I sincerely respect him, okay? If you honestly believe that the conservative members of the Republican Party find anything except frustration with both Mitch McConnell and John Boehner, you're not spending enough time reading other papers besides the Washington Post. For conservatives, this is the dispiriting irony. The administrative state intrusiveness, its regulatory burdens, irrationality, the tax code, incompetence, Amtrak, ethanol, and illegality, we see you, IRS, may benefit the principled architect of the state, the Democrat Party. This is because the other party's talented critics of the administrative state are being drowned out by Trump's recent discovery that Americans understandably disgusted by government can be beguiled by a summons to Caesarism. If George F. Will does not find Caesarism in both terms of President Obama, again, he's not reading enough papers besides the Washington Post. Although the Washington Post has certainly lionized President Obama as Caesar often enough, so we ought to be able to see it. Come on, George. Trump, who sees the first-person singular pronoun even more than the previous world record holder, Obama, promises the constitutional arrangements need to be no impediment to the leader's savvy, management, brilliance, and iron will. Trump supporters consider the presidency today an entry-level job because he is available to turn government into a triumph of the leader's will. Again, that's a supposition that doesn't have a whole lot of basis in fact. You don't know what Donald Trump is going to do. You don't know how he would govern. That's the problem. If you want to see a problem in Donald Trump, that's the one. We have no idea what he would actually do as president, which is almost identical to us not knowing what President Obama was going to do once he became president. I sat there on the run-up to the 2008 presidential election saying, what does any of this mean? I know he's talking. What's he saying? No one could answer those questions. What he was saying is he was going to spend at least $10 trillion on his own. That's what he was saying. The triumph of the leader's will is exemplified in a pen and a phone wielded by the sitting president. Having broken the seals on a brand new way of governing in the United States, one that I hope is never repeated, I doubt very, very sincerely that Donald Trump, even Donald Trump, would follow in the footsteps of this president and his disastrous ideas of governance. I doubt very sincerely that he would. Because why? Wait for it. Because it would be bad for business. More is coming up. This is the Wells Report.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. I don't know about you, but I cannot wait for Republican Debate Night #2. Will it be a big night for Ted Cruz, Ben Carson? Is it a night for Scott Walker or maybe Marco Rubio to rediscover some traction? Fans and non-fans of Jeb Bush will be paying attention. And of course, what will we hear from Donald Trump? Only one thing better than watching the debate, and that's watching it with you. Please join me, my talk show wingman, Jon-David Wells, and the 660 AM The Answer family for Debate Night #2, The Watch Party, Wednesday night, September 16th at the Studio Movie Grill at 75 in Spring Valley in Dallas. We'll have a straw poll coming in. JD and I will have a word with you before the debate kicks off. We'll ask you how it's all working out during commercial breaks, and when it's done, another straw poll to see if any minds were changed. We love talking about this campaign with you. Now let's watch the debate together. The 660 AM The Answer Debate Watch Party, Wednesday night, September 16th, Studio Movie Grill, 75 in Spring Valley in Dallas. Get your tickets now, just $10 at 660amtheanswer.com.
Do you use a CPAP device for sleep apnea? Are you tired of dragging your bulky in-home device everywhere you travel? Then you need to know about Transcend, the world's first portable mini CPAP device. It lets you sleep in total comfort anywhere you go. And right now, you can try it risk-free for 21 days by calling 1-800-500-5711. Transcend from minicpap.com is as small as a soda can and weighs less than a pound. For even more freedom, you can add a battery that's as tiny as a deck of cards. Transcend is so small and so light, you can fit it in your briefcase or purse to use anywhere you go. It's FAA compliant too, so you can sleep comfortably even while flying. Transcend is our smallest, lightest, and most portable mini CPAP design ever, offering all the performance of a bulky standard in-home device. Enjoy the freedom to sleep comfortably. Call minicpap.com now for your 21-day in-home trial. 1-800-500-5711. Again, that's 1-800-500-5711.
I was coming out of the hardware store when I saw him. An old man, late 70s, hunched over in the freezing rain, no hat on his head, limping across that slippery parking lot and pushing a row of shopping carts toward the cart corral. It's heartbreaking. Millions of hardworking Americans simply don't have enough money to retire, so they just keep working and working and working until it's too late. Hi, I'm Chad Stubbs, President and CEO of PowerTrader. And I believe that's just plain wrong. That's why I'm now distributing to the public absolutely free trials of the PowerTrader Edge, the easy-to-use online stock trading program that helps regular folks make the money they need to retire fast. For your free trial, call 1-800-500-4744. Don't let the lack of money rob you of your retirement. Be one of the first 100 callers right now and get your free trial before it's too late. 1-800-500-4744. Don't miss out. Call now. 1-800-500-4744. 1-800-500-4744.
Okay, you're on. We are here live from Niagara Falls for this year's Spring Festival. Wait, what?
That'll do it.
Great job, Will. You two, what are you doing?
Sorry, Canada. You had a leak.
Look, it's Will Nell and Fred Thompson from American Leak Detection.
American Leak Detection.
Guys, come over here. Come here. All right. Here with me now are the guys with American Leak Detection. Please explain yourselves.
Well, at American Leak Detection, we have been detecting and repairing hidden leaks in your home for more than 25 years, big or small.
And all without damaging your home. We can even repair leaks in your swimming pools. Hey, looks like DFW needs us. Just go to AmericanLeakDetection.com to schedule us to come out. That's AmericanLeakDetection.com.
Here's a crazy idea from Cash Call Mortgage. Take the mortgage you closed in the last year and look at redoing it at today's 15-year fixed 2.875% rate and APR with no closing costs. Just call 855-875-CASH, and with no cost or obligation, we'll tell you how much your payment could drop with the do-over refi. And you won't pay any points, deposits, or fees. None. It's so easy. Just do the regular paperwork, most of which you already did for your last refi, and we'll do the rest. So make the cash call at 855-875-CASH for today's 15-year fixed 2.875% rate and APR with absolutely no closing costs. The do-over refi, only from Cash Call Mortgage. Call 855-875-CASH and see for yourself.
Impact Mortgage Corp. DBA Cash Call Mortgage. 1 City Boulevard, West Suite 200, Orange, California 92868. Equal housing lender. Call 866-900-8744 for terms and restrictions. Subject to loan underwriting. Rates may change without notice. NMLS number 128231.
Learn a little something at the start of your day. The Mark Davis Show. Mornings 7 to 10 on 660 AM. The Answer. The truth. The whole truth. And nothing but the truth. The Wells Report with Jon-David Wells on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. We're discussing an amazing pro, middle-of-the-road, moderate Republican opinion that George Will published today in the Washington Post. George Will's a serious guy. You have to pay attention to him, okay? And that's why we're paying attention to him on the Wells Report. I tried to get him on the air. Maybe we'll get him in the next couple of days. Kurt in Bedford, Texas, welcome to the Wells Report. Hi.
Good evening, JD. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thanks very much for listening tonight.
I'm glad I tuned in and heard that little piece that George Will wrote. You know, going back a year or so, he was already of the foregone conclusion the Iranian deal was going to go through, and he was already talking about containment policies. You can go back 9, 10, 12 months on Fox, Brett Barron, you'll see that.
Yeah.
George Will's out of touch. His academic theory of how the election will turn out if Donald Trump is the nominee is ludicrous. I'm going to do demographics. I hate to do that, but white Americans are sick of the sanctuary cities. They're sick of the school systems being flooded with the extra bills. And you know what? Citizen Hispanics, my wife is one. They're sick of it too. They're going to go for Trump on this immigration angle. And I believe the blacks will too, once they understand that their lives will be better once we put the kibosh on this unlimited immigration, legal and illegal. You know, the spigots are open and somebody needs to turn them down. And if Donald Trump's elected, we know he's going to do at least that. What's one other thing he'll do? He will run this country like a business. Who was the president? Calvin Coolidge, maybe, that said, the business of America is business.
It certainly is. And there's no doubt about it. Kurt, thanks very much. Great call, like always. This is hardly the first time we've heard. This is where things begin to get a little bit, I don't know. I think George is trending towards a little bit of desperation here. This is hardly the first time we have heard the United States singing lyrics like those of Trump's curdled populism. Wait for it. Alabama Democrat George Wallace 4 times ran for president with salvos against Washington's briefcase-toting bureaucrats who can't even park their bicycle straight. What is new is Trump is promising, in the name of strength, to put the United States into a defensive crouch against cunning Mexicans and others. See, I'm old enough to remember George Wallace. Many people aren't. But I'll be perfectly honest with you. There is absolutely no resonance between Donald Trump and George Wallace at all. George Wallace wouldn't have the chance to pull 25% of the vote anywhere for any reason, and never did, except in Alabama as the governor. And he was elected by, that's right, bigot Democrats. Ooh, golly, drive me crazy. Republicans are the party of growth, or they are superfluous. The other party relishes allocating scarcities, full employment for the administrative state. That's a brilliant statement, by the way. Trump assumes a zero-sum society where a person's job is another's loss. Wrong. Hence his rage against other nations stealing jobs, our jobs. Other nations are essentially being funded by we, the people of the United States, George. And we're tired of it. They compete with us unfairly. And in the name of free trade, Republicans are saying, well, you know, this is the way competition is. There is no competing with the world's most productive workforce, except by virtue of the fact that everybody else cheats. Or any deal that is made from a standpoint of actually protecting American workers is then more than made up for in foreign aid to those very countries that are screwing us. We're not that stupid anymore, George. We get this now. We've been reading the papers, even yours. This is the Wells Report.
Bill Bennett thinks you need to pick your friends carefully.
These 3 guys on the train, you know, we have friends because they're useful, they're pleasurable, they're helpful. We also have friends because they encourage us to excellence. These guys encouraged each other to the right thing. And, you know, there was a bond among them. And when the one guy said, go get him, Spencer, you know, he was right behind him. God bless these guys.
Bill Bennett's Morning in America. Weekday mornings at 5, right before the Mark Davis Show at 7 on 660 AM. The Answer.
Hey, it's Mark Davis. I love birthdays, and our friends at Abacus Foundation Repair are celebrating 15 years of serving North Texas with the highest quality foundation repair, and they want to give something to you. On their 15th anniversary, $1,000 off any job with 10 pilings or more. Not only are you going to save $1,000, you'll have the peace of mind knowing that with Abacus Foundation, you're getting the elite state-of-the-art solution for your home. Millennium composite pilings. Nobody else has them. Abacus has an A-plus business rating from the Better Business Bureau, 6 straight years running on that. The expansion and contraction of Texas soils A lot of us have foundation issues. You don't want to call the wrong people. Call the right people first for the absolute best foundation repair. Affordable, reliable home warranty that you can pass on to subsequent owners of your home. Give them a call today, 972-406-9000, 972-406-9000, abacusfoundationrepair.com. Ask about 1,000 off, abacusfoundationrepair.com.
Dallas Baptist University Women's Night Out featuring Shonda Pierce, Thursday, October 15th, 2015, with Lindsay McCall and Karen Williams.
You ever tried to put on a pair of Spanx in an airplane bathroom? My body twisted in ways I didn't know it could.
Focus on the funny. Get your women's group together for a fun night out. Women's Night Out at Northwood Church in Keller, Texas.
So, there I was. I didn't want to give in to the peer pressure, but they already had their bags of mascara out and their lipstick, and I'm like, what I got? Blistex.
Tickets on sale at iTickets.com. Call 1-800-965-9324. For group tickets, go to getgrouptickets.com or call 844-381-4751. Buy 10 or more reserved seats at one time and save $5 per ticket. Buy 30 or more reserved seats at one time and save $5 per ticket and get 2 free tickets. From Salem Media Group, Inc. and Awakening Events.
For many people, noise is just a part of life. But there is one noise you shouldn't have to live with. It's the ringing in your ears associated with tinnitus, and sometimes it doesn't stop. Luckily, there is a new homeopathic medicine that can reduce the noises associated with tinnitus. It's called Quiet Assure, and it's guaranteed to help reduce the ringing, the buzzing, and the noises. Finally, there is Quiet Assure. Call right away for a risk-free trial of Quiet Assure. 1 in 5 people are suffering from tinnitus. Don't be one of them. Call now. Just call 1-800-326-1765. That's 1-800-326-1765. Quiet Assure is an all-natural homeopathic medicine. Get your risk-free trial. Just call 1-800-326-1765. That's 1-800-326-1765.
Sample comes with a 90-day order. Copays and deductibles may apply.
If you or someone you care for are using painful urinary catheters, Medical Direct Club can help. There's a new catheter that hurts less, and you can get a free sample with free shipping by calling now. Pain and urinary tract infections can be avoided if you're using urinary catheters. The new disposable catheters from Medical Direct Club hurt less due to an incredible new design that reduces pain by gliding easily and effortlessly. Old catheters can scrape and cut, causing pain and infection. These new catheters from Medical Direct Club are changing the lives of people who use urinary catheters. Medicare and your insurance will pay for up to 200 of these new catheters per month at little or no cost to you. Medical Direct Club handles all of the paperwork with your doctor and includes lifetime free shipping when you join. Membership and a free sample are free, so call Medical Direct Club now. 1-800-600-1127. That's 1-800-600-1127. End painful cathing today. Call 1-800-600-1127.
Imagine turning on a shower and getting an endless supply of hot water almost immediately.
As soon as this heats up, whoa, hello.
With the smart recirculation technology of the new Rinnai Ultra Series tankless water heaters, Rinnai brings you faster hot water in showers, sinks, and other home appliances.
That was fast.
That was fast.
Rinnai tankless water heaters give you an endless supply of hot water faster, plus big savings on water and gas, which leaves only one question. Why wait any longer? To learn more, visit us at rinnai.us. That's RINNAI.us.
Listen to us live on iHeartRadio, 660 AM. The Answer. If it's important to you, it's on the Wells Report on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. His name is Mark Davis. And he's going to show up tomorrow morning bright and early, say 7 o'clock. You should listen to him because he'll be talking about something very much like this.
Hey, JD, good Monday night, and it's going to be a great Wednesday night a couple of weeks from now. I can't wait to get in there with you, my brother. It's the Studio Movie Grill watching party. Jon-David Wells, Mark Davis, bunch of listeners, and a debate on the big screen. We're going to love it. Go to 660amtheanswer.com. Get your tickets right now if you have not yet done that. And in every day between now and then, we'll talk about the latest in all the campaigns and the latest in the news. I've heard there's some pushback on the Obama renaming of Mount McKinley. And as he goes to Alaska, get ready for more junk science climate panic. We'll cover all the latest news overnight. Ready for everybody tomorrow morning, 7 to 10 a.m. Mark Davis Show on 660 AM The Answer.
He's so good. Yeah, gotta check him out, man. Every single morning, right here on 660 AM The Answer. Start your day, have breakfast with Mark Davis. You'll be very, very glad that you did. So to finish up this very interesting and important, it is important. This is an important column by George Will. In 2011, Donald Trump was a voluble birther. You remember, Obama supposedly was not born in the United States, hence he is an illegitimate president. An interviewer asked if he had people searching in Hawaii for facts. Absolutely, Trump said. They can't believe what they're finding. Trump reticence is rare, but he's never shared those findings. He now says, in effect, oh, never mind. If in November 2016, the fragments of an even smaller and more homogenous GOP might be picked up with tweezers, Trump, having taken his act elsewhere, will look back over his shoulder at the wreckage he wrought and say, oh, never mind. I don't know that that's going to be the case there, George. I think you're being pessimistic. I hope he calls. I hope he joins us. I truly do. I do. Because I'd like to talk to him about that column. Let's continue. Donald Trump theoretically will decide soon whether to mount a third-party bid if he loses the Republican nomination for president. By the way, this was something that he said Saturday. I think over the next couple of weeks, you're going to see some things that are going to be very interesting. We're going to make a decision very soon, and I think a lot of people are going to be very happy. Yeah, I would agree, because I think what he's going to decide to do is support the Republican Party. And the reason he's going to support the Republican Party is because it makes sense. Again, Donald Trump is not out. In my best estimate, he is not out to hand the election to Democrats or do anything that would make it more difficult for a Republican to win the presidency. I just don't see that in the plan because I don't believe that it would be a good business idea for him to do so. You can, on one hand, say that I'll get Carl Icahn to go negotiate with the Japanese and then say, you know, if this doesn't work out, I'll go ahead and I will essentially stomp out the last embers of we the people's freedom and pursuit of happiness for the sake of my own ego. I just don't see that happening. Trump has so far refused to pledge support for the eventual Republican nominee, saying his refusal to commit gains him leverage over the party establishment. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. But to appear on the ballot in South Carolina and several other states, he has to pledge support for the eventual nominee. Well, you know what? That's not constitutional. It's not even American. And I believe very sincerely that people need to realize that. Donald Trump would be stupid, absolutely stupid, to declare that he would or would not support the eventual Republican nominee. Why would somebody who does business for a living give up all of his cards? Stupid. Once again, this is the Republican Party either purposefully refusing to believe that Donald Trump had a life before Republican politics, or they truly are too stupid to see it. One of the two. Now we dip into the foolishness that is CNN politics. This is like such a joke. Jeff Simon, the producer of apparently CNN politics, I don't know what he produces. He has produced this idea. In a speech in Iowa Tuesday night, Republican presidential frontrunner Donald Trump, who has regularly promoted his negotiating skills as a selling point for his presidency, used broken English to briefly impersonate Asian negotiators. When people walk in the room, they don't say, "Oh, hello, how's the weather? It's so beautiful outside. How are the Yankees doing?" "They're doing wonderful. That's great," Trump said. They say, "We want deal." That's it. That's it. That is what this entire column is about. We want deal. As if that's politically correct against the Asians. My God. And then they go on to talk about how Donald Trump said that Asians were very offended that Jeb talked about anchor babies being Asian. It's like Jeff is doing his absolute dead level best to do anything he can to damage Donald Trump. All right? And he's so willing to do it. He will end up looking as stupid as he wishes he could make Donald Trump look in the effort. Dude, trust me on this. You're just making yourself look stupid. Okay? We want deal. Then there's Eric Bradner of CNN, who says this. Here's how Donald Trump could spark a trade war with Mexico and China. Listen to this. When he rails against Mexico, China, Donald Trump sounds more like Bernie Sanders than any of his Republican rivals in the presidential race. As stocks tumble and the populist frustration with the political and financial classes grows, Trump is bringing protectionism back in vogue, making threats to upend trends towards globalizations that are decades in the making. Making threats to upend trends toward globalization that are decades in the making through sheer force of his negotiating talents. In doing so, he's bucking the modern Republican Party's pro-trade leanings and nudging parts of the 2016 field along with him. Okay, look, let me explain something to you. Okay. The only way that Donald Trump could spark a trade war with Mexico and China is to go back in time to NAFTA. Because we've been in a trade war with China for the last, at least 30 years. Since the time that China first started to ignore everybody else's patents and intellectual property, China has been engaged in a trade war with us. Mexico, arguably, by sending its poorest citizens, its criminal class, to the United States. Now, those are two different classes of people, okay? Do you think that the mainstream media will get that wrong like they did with Donald Trump? Because I said it that way? See, let me say it again. Mexico, by virtue of sending us its poorest people and its criminal element, two different groups of people now, are arguably engaged in a trade war as well. A trade war that we can actually trace an honest and serious drain on our economy to the tune of $20 billion a year. $20 billion a year? Really? You do realize, of course, that in the last 20 years, that works out to $400 billion, right? That we've given on top of everything else we give to Mexico. We've given $400 billion in the last 20 years. To put that in perspective, that means we could have paid for the Apollo project to put men on the moon 4 times. It cost us $100 billion to put men on the moon. In today's dollars, by the way, I guarantee you, if you spent that $400 billion that we've thrown away for the last 20 years, if you put that into the space program, we'd have flags on Mars by now. And we'd still be able to have President Obama's 1.8, 1.9, 2.0 trillion dollar budget deficit. Not budget deficit, national debt. We'd still be able to have all of that. Meanwhile, Eric Bradner still hee-hawing along about how Donald Trump is going to start a trade war with people that are already practicing a trade war against us. Among Trump's most frequent campaign trail targets are China and Japan. Those countries are routinely accused of driving down the values of their currencies to give their products price advantages in the United States. Japan does not do that because the yen no longer is a fiat currency. The yuan is. China thus does that, and they just did it. And that you don't know that, or that you're willfully ignoring that for the sake of this piece, just shows the level of your bias. Mr. Eric Bradner of CNN. Jeez. Those product price advantages, by the way, one of the reasons Scott Walker called on President Obama to cancel the Chinese president's September visit to the White House. Marco Rubio slated to give a speech on China on Friday. Listen, you can't have it both ways, Eric. Right? You cannot say that China is some sort of horrifyingly terrible target and then start talking about how the president should cancel the Chinese president's September visit. You can't have it both ways. Scott Walker called on the president to cancel the Chinese president's September visit. Marco Rubio is slated to give a speech on China this Friday. But I'll be perfectly honest with you. China is of no importance insofar as its currency has no basis in the world monetary system. All it is an entire country devoted to swindle. That's all it is. They will not prosper. Trump revealed just how far he wants to go in remaking the American and global economies on Tuesday night in Iowa when he took aim at another country, Mexico. The object of his scorn was a plan by Ford, a company with factories on 6 continents, to invest $2.5 billion in manufacturing there rather than in the United States. Trump said he'd stop Ford by in effect, revoking the benefits of NAFTA. I would say to that of Ford, sorry, I'm not going to approve it. And then he'd announce the leverage he'd use. You're going to pay a tax for every car and every truck and every part that comes across that southern border. You're going to pay a 35% tax, okay? That's what's going to happen. In the meantime, Ford will be the beneficiary of having the actual corporate taxes of America cut at least in half by that same guy. So that's not nearly as big a penalty as you are trying to represent it as, Mr. Eric. But it's still big enough so that Ford would say, gosh, think of the money we'd be making if we didn't have to pay this tax. Exactly. And let's be honest. Let's be honest, okay? If it comes to whether we revoke the benefits of NAFTA or we have more jobs in Detroit, which of those two scenarios do you vote for? They've still got factories in Detroit, you know. They don't have to build them to the tune of $2.5 billion. Yeah, that's right. By all means, let's blow NAFTA up. We're the only people that are actually living by its terms in the first place. Let's just blow it up and start over, get Ford back in the United States. What about that? What's wrong with that? Why not have American citizens that actually have an advantage over non-American citizens? Eric Bradner, CNN. This is the Wells Report.
The Mike Gallagher Show.
A Washington State professor is threatening students with failing grades if they use terms he thinks are hateful and oppressive. What are those words? What are those phrases? One is illegal alien. I have the rest of the list. Also, the movie War Room has opened to huge numbers. Hollywood is stunned. I'll talk to the creators of this terrific film, and I'll give you a preview of our big stop.
Hello. So much for 17, is it 17 candidates? Yes. So much for 17 Republican candidates being just too many for the 2016 presidential nomination. But no, let's see. Let me try it again. So much for 17 candidates being just too many for the Republican nomination for president in 2016. There are some people that now want 18 candidates. I wonder which candidate they would like to see. Here, let me think. Okay, I've done all the thinking I need to know. I've done all the thinking I need to do. It's Mitt Romney. Yeah. They want Mitt Romney to rescue us from the best. They want Mitt Romney to rescue. They want Mitt Romney, who lost the 2012 presidential election, to rescue us from winning the 2016 presidential election. We'll discuss the whole thing next time on the Wells Report. Mark Davis, good Tuesday morning, my friend. I can hardly wait to see you at the 660 AM theanswer.com. Nope. Mark Davis, good Tuesday morning, my friend. I can hardly wait to share the GOP debate watching party from 660 AM The Answer with you Wednesday, September 16th. It's going to be so much fun at the Studio Movie Grill. I can hardly wait to stand with you. I can hardly wait to stand with you, wingman, and get that done. More details, by the way. Mark, let me try this again. Mark Davis, good Tuesday morning, my friend. I can hardly wait to stand with you during the GOP debate watching party from 660 AM The Answer. It's good. Jesus. Mark Davis, good Tuesday morning, my friend. I can hardly wait to stand with you on the 660 AM The Answer GOP debate watching party Wednesday, September 16th at the Studio Movie Grill in Spring Valley. It's going to be a lot of fun at I-75 in Spring Valley. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. And by the way, Mark will give you more details on that in just a moment. But first, let's talk about how, 17 candidates, just too many. Too many candidates for the Republican nomination in 2016. That's why major party donors want Mitt Romney to come and rescue us from all of that brilliance. The Republican Party can find defeat almost anywhere. In this case, they're going back in time to 2012. We'll explain the whole thing next time on the Wells Report.
Thousands. On-time delivery is guaranteed, and we'll even ship your order absolutely free.
Start designing your custom ink t-shirts today and see why 99% of our customers say they would order from us again. Visit customink.com.
The following is not an actor, but a real-life story from Trinity Debt Management.
I had numerous credit cards, and I was struggling with paying them off.
If you're in debt and you need help, call Trinity at 1-800-758-5360 to talk to a certified counselor.
I had heard about Trinity, so I made the call. They took care of all of my credit cards, and now I am completely debt-free.
Trinity will consolidate your accounts into one easy-to-manage monthly payment, put a stop to late fees and over-limit charges, reduce your interest, and possibly improve your credit score. You'll save thousands.
The people at Trinity are very friendly. They will do whatever you need them to do in order for you to feel better about being in a very difficult place.
If your debt has you down, call Trinity at 1-800-758-5360.
My name is Ann, and I'm debt-free for keeps.
1-800-758-5360.
And now, a touching moment while staying in touch with Geico.
It was a warm summer day. I was just sitting on a porch watching a babbling brook roll by. Then, out of the blue, I got an update from my Geico app saying my claim had been processed. I felt so connected to nature, to Geico. I stayed there the whole afternoon until that guy told me to stop trespassing on his porch. What was his problem?
Claim status updates just a few taps away on the Geico app.
This is 660 AM. The Answer. Only for Texas. This is the Wells Report on 660 AM. The Answer.
You are listening to the Wells Report. My name is Jon-David Wells. That's Boz Skaggs and Low Down. In case you're wondering, you want to know who the band is that played that song, played the music for it? It's Toto. Did you know that? Yeah, Toto. Boz Scaggs' band on Silk Degrees was Toto. Yeah, I just thought you'd like to know that. All right, so anyway, hey, the kids are back in school. You know what this means? This means they're eating too much kale. Yeah, and they hate it. They hate kale. They actually hate all of the garbage that's currently being foisted as food to them. And you know what they're doing? They're throwing out fruit and vegetables instead of eating them, according to a new study. University of Vermont researchers conducted a small study using digital photos to capture students' lunch trays after selecting food as they were leaving the lunch line, then again as they passed their lunch trays to the food disposal people in this food disposal area. The study indicates that while more children are placing fruits and vegetables on their trays, they're consuming fewer of them. Food waste is increasing by 56%. Isn't that great? The people in Vermont are saying this. My God, they're not eating lentils? You've got to be joking. The executive producer of the Wells Report is Vicki Steifer. Technical director, conductor of the Wells Report Orchestra is the incredible Magic Matt Swinney. My name is Jon-David Wells. Have a nice night. I'll see you tomorrow for another edition of the Wells Report.
Hi, this is Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor. I'd like for you to join me on my talk show this weekend. What I do is teach people how to go the natural, organic route. I stir up trouble, too, because I throw out some things that a lot of people just don't think are correct. You know what? We have a lot of experience to back up what we recommend. Have healthier gardens and more fun gardening. Join me this and every weekend.
Join Howard Garrett, the Dirt Doctor, every Sunday morning from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. right here on 660 a.m. The Answer.
This is Greg Thornberry of the King's College in New York City for townhall.com. As we look towards the 2016 presidential election, a recent Quinnipiac poll yielded some surprising results. If Vice President Biden was the Democratic candidate, he would beat Donald Trump by 8 points, Jeb Bush by 6 points, and Marco Rubio by 3 points. In head-to-head matchups, the current vice president does much better than Hillary. For months, the pundits have focused exclusively on Clinton, but what matters is the opinion of the American people. And why is Biden popular? The poll suggests something that has nothing to do with politics. He's likable, or so they say. Conservatives do a great job of discussing their ideas and convictions, but as crucial as those virtues are, there's an X factor that we sometimes miss. People subconsciously ask, do I want to see this person on my television for the next 4 years? Or stated differently, do I like this person? The Republican hopefuls should be listening. I'm Greg Thornberry.
Have you ever considered joining the military but stopped because you couldn't deploy to a foreign country? Believe it or not, the state of Texas has its own military force that stands alongside the Texas National Guard, the Texas Air National Guard, and serves only inside the state of Texas. It's called the Texas State Guard. I'm Tech Sergeant John Wells of the 4th Air Wing, and we're looking for you to join us. Give us a call at 877-398-8350. That's 877-398-8350. If you love Texas as much as we do, join the 4th Air Wing of the Texas State Guard.
There are two types of hot water heaters, thankless and tankless. The thankless kind work like this.
I'm throwing in a load of laundry.
Hold off on that. I'm hopping in the shower.
Renai tankless water heaters work this way.
I'm throwing in a load of laundry.
No problem. I'm hopping in the shower.
Renai's innovative tankless water heaters provide an endless supply of hot water, even for multiple tasks at the same time. Renai tankless water heaters, the hot way to heat water. Learn more about Renai's industry-leading products at www.renai.us. That's RINNAI.us.
This is 660 AM, The Answer. A service of Salem Media Group on the NASDAQ as SALM, KSKY, Balch Springs, Dallas, Fort Worth. 660 AM, The Answer.
Fox News Radio, I'm Brett Larson. During his visit to Alaska, President Obama talking climate change.
Over the course of the coming days, I intend to speak more about the particular challenges facing Alaska and the United States as an Arctic power, and I intend to announce new measures to address them.
The president says the U.S. is not doing enough, and we have the means to avoid what he calls irreparable harm. It's the end of the legal road for Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis, who refuses to issue marriage licenses to same-sex couples, citing her faith, even after local courts told her she had to do her job.
She went over that judge's head all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. Davis, however, has now reached the end of the line. The highest court in the land rejected Davis's request, ordering her to comply with the law.
Fox Radio's Karen McHugh. Davis